and you're two dudes who've brought a massive community together, man. Which is a great thing. I mean, until I found you guys, I was just like, yeah, I'm just a solo player, that's it.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for spending your day with us today. Welcome to episode 222 of Guardian Downcast, a Destiny podcast. Hey, if you love to play the game Destiny 2, you've come to the right place. You're in the right podcast. We're a couple of gamer dads that have played Destiny, well, let me see, since that day one beta in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community so you can be in the loop. And we're a podcast that seeks the stories of the Destiny community as a whole, wherever that origin may be. We're the show that asks, have you gotten that Festival of the Lost memento yet? Not me. I'm your host, Todd, the Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here as well. How you been, man?
Doing a lot better, actually. Good to hear. Yeah, drugs are good. Well, the good kind are good.
Yay, drugs.
Yeah, yay, drugs. That's not awkward at all.
No.
Yeah, the medicine really kicked in hardcore, and it's, I'm feeling like a nice solid, 90% on my way to being all the way back.
Awesome.
So yeah, besides that, not much going on, but life, man, life.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How about you, man?
Yeah, no more watery eye vision. I love it. That's good. It's good for
I can see out of both eyes. I highly recommend that. I'm sorry if you have one eye.
Highly recommend. Thumbs up.
Yeah, not a thumb in the eye.
No.
Hey, one thing I did want to throw out real quick is that I do have words about the new memento that's out there.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I was just curious who had it because I still don't have it. So.
Well,
anyway,
you need to get the masks. And it's also bugged as well.
Well, I think they fixed it, but we'll talk about that. But it's been a pretty good week, man. It's been a gift. I'll be honest. The weather in Florida, we've been 70s and low 80s all week. Sunshine. I mean, this is the life, man. This is why we these 2 months in Florida is why we tolerate the heat the other whatever months. So yeah, it's 10 months. Yeah, math hard. But yeah, it's been good. I've one little thing. I went to Universal with my wife Wednesday after her work. She got off work early, which is rarity. And we went to Universal. We were going to make sure we got on the Hagrid's ride this week. And they're how they hustle you into the parking spots, underneath the parking garage in there. I pull in.
No.
Well, anyway, everyone's pulling in. I mean, they're just loading these cars in these spots as fast as they can. I pull into my spot and this guy swings his door open like it's around the middle of the forest or something, puts a big ass ding in my wife's car. My wife loves her little Civic, man. And it's already been wrecked once and it left a freaking gash in her damn door or in her front fender. And I look over at the guy and I'm like, did you just really do that right now? And the guy was so embarrassed and it looked like he didn't have two nickels to rub together. So I was like, he says, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know I was thinking. I was like, just go, just get out of here. I just didn't want to deal with it. I figured what the hell, bring it to my body guy and we'll have him buff it out or whatever. But no, I said, hell with it. I gave him a pass.
Dude. Holy shit, man. I would have.
It's like a ding. It's like a door ding. It wasn't enough to go shit over, but it wasn't my car. And my wife says, don't. My wife was yelling at me. Go, don't berate the guy, man. Just, I'm like, you don't want me to say anything? Okay, fine. Go ahead, dude. Everything's good, man. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. He goes, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, just go. Just get the hell out of my face. And, yeah, that was Wednesday. But it's been a great week ever since. So that's a good thing, right? But yeah, today.
How was the Hagrid ride?
Dude. Totally different coaster. I got to one point I said, dude, there's no more track. There's no way we're going over this hump. And holy crap. What a ride, man. I'm telling you, I talked to my wife. I said, roller coasters are so innovative now with the new systems they got. It's amazing what they can do with a roller coaster. I mean, I remember riding the Hurricane long ago, an old wooden roller coaster. And I thought that was the shit. Man, the roller coasters today are just phenomenal. But we went on Hagrid's and I went on Velociraptor before the night was up. Man, I love that Velociraptor car. That coaster is awesome. But anyway, we have another brand new guest of the show today, Hazel. He's one of our European Guardian Down cast members he's always very involved in the Discord and always talking, very cheerful to everybody. And, Hazel and I can't wait to hear a story. So it is Mr. Heyoka. How are you today, sir?
Hey, gentlemen. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, fantastic, man. We can't wait to hear more about you, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known a little while that I was coming on, so I've been a little bit anxious, but I've played it over many a times, but finally here, so it's great. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely, man. We can't wait. It's just going to be fun today. Yeah. Well, today we're going to hear, of course, Heyoka's Destiny story. Then we're going to test his Twitch reflexes in our new and further improved fast fire question and answer segment we call, it's the speed run. Hazel will be going over the 9th week this week in Destiny for Season of the Witch. Then we're going to be answering more of your questions for the show via our voicemail system, which just go to guardiandowncast.com and hit that send a voicemail tab on the right side. It's that easy. I mean, I really don't need to explain it any further than that. It's pretty awesome. So please visit our new website. It's going to be pretty cool. We got a lot of features there. And, of course, we'll be getting questions from our Discord community as well, not only voicemails. And then we're going to add some music to our Spotify and Apple Music playlist. And Uncle Scumdeath made me promise that I was going to play his Scumdeath's Corner tonight. So it's another jam-packed show as usual. So let's get on with it. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on our Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what picks our weekly guests want to share with you. Or, you know what? Just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all of our contact information and where else you can find us to play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist. We have it on Spotify and Apple Music. We post these links in our show description every week. So check us out. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Oh, come on, man. Not the toddles again.
What's wrong with the toddles?
Nothing, I guess.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can always edit it out.
Yeah, I'll edit it. Okay. Well, Mr. Heyoka, how are you today, sir? Everything going good? How's the UK today?
The UK is really wet. It's been really wet the last few days, and I've been a bit unwell this week, but I'm all better now. So I was a bit worried I wouldn't have any voice for today, so I was really pleased that my voice came back to be able to talk with you guys. But yeah, it's wet and wet, wet.
Well, drink lots of... I drink green tea with honey. That works good for me, so make sure you drink up today, man. Not alcohol. Don't do what Hazel does.
What's wrong with what I do?
Nothing.
It works fine for me.
Yeah, I bet it does. No, before, I'm just curious, Heyoka, where are you from in the UK? What area of the UK do you live?
So I'm in the southwest of the UK.
Okay.
And
Southwest, okay. Southwest.
In the Cotswolds.
Oh, Cotswolds, okay. Good deal.
Cotswolds, yeah. Yeah, I'm between Bristol and Birmingham.
And what do you do for a living, sir?
So, I mean, a few in the community already know this, but it's actually Dr. Heyoka.
Oh, what? And, really?
Yeah, I'm not a.
Well, I know what the
be. So, I'm not a medical doctor. I've got a professional doctorate in psychoanalytic child psychotherapy.
Wow.
So nice. I work in the NHS. I head up a small team of child psychotherapists who work in the children's mental health services. So supporting children and families between 0 and 18. I got a particular focus on 0 to 5. That's my particular area of training. And awesome. I work mostly with children with histories of sort of extensive adverse childhood experiences and children in the care system. I'm also a registered social worker. I got a small private practice, and I'm also a visiting lecturer at a university in London, where I teach on one of the master degree courses in child psychotherapy. So I'm a busy man.
See, Hazel?
Wow.
So
this is why I love doing what we do, because we never know who you're talking to in the Discord.
Exactly.
So most of my day I spend in various clinics, working with children and families of all ages, trying to make their worlds a little bit less scary. One of the unique things about this profession is the training. The training takes a long time and it's really intense. One of the most important things is that we have to spend 5 years on the couch ourselves as patients.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's 4 times a week, which is pretty intense. So it's not, we're not going there learning. We're actually going there to be in treatment in psychoanalysis 5 years,
Nice.
4 times a week, which isn't for everybody, but is pretty intense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's,
You know yourself pretty well then. You've done a lot of therapy.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
And well, the good thing is, thankfully, it's a government funded course if you can get on it, because we're talking just under $500,000, I expect, by the time you take into account everything.
Damn.
Dude.
Yeah. So, and, my particular area of interest, my doctoral thesis was looking at the unconscious aspects of our relationship with our smartphones.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And what they do to us, and what that relationship is doing, and from an unconscious perspective, what it invites us to engage in. So, it's a pretty interesting area.
Well, there's a playing favorites episode right there, ready to go.
But most of my day, I'm on the, in a room with children whilst they play, and I'm trying to work out, what their expectations and fears of the world are by the way that they treat me. And that can be pretty scary at times, because my job is to absorb all of the crap that they can't process themselves. So yeah, it's a very specific job, but I can't think of anything better. It's got to be the best job in the world. It really has.
How do you not take that home with you, man? It's like my wife in teaching. Are you able to just flip the switch and separate it when you get home?
Sometimes. That's why you need so much analysis.
Wow.
As you say, because you need to know what's you and what's the child.
Right.
So your tool, your sensitivity to their emotional world is what you use. So when you're in the room, you're not yourself, you're your analyzed self there.
Right.
Thankfully, there's Destiny as well to help me help me manage some of those significant projections of terror that children give me every day.
Nice. Well, hey, I have a quick follow-up here, just for my own personal knowledge here. Is there like a school of thought that you adhere to, like Freud or?
So my training would have been Freudian, and then Kleinian. So Melanie Klein, who actually was the first person who worked with children from a psychoanalytic perspective, and then through Wilfred Bion, Donald Meltzer, Donald Winnicott, would have been the main schools. So I didn't have a Jungian training. I had a Freudian, Kleinian training.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild, man. We could talk for a while, man, on just that. Wow.
And we could. It took 11 years for me to finish everything.
Jeez.
That's a pretty long time. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, Mr. Heyoka, or Dr. Heyoka, what was your earliest video game memory?
I'm older than Mr. Monkey, so it goes back quite a way.
So you're older than Gator because they're similar age.
Yeah, I just keep quiet and let Mr. Monkey take the flak on that. But I'm actually, a year older than him.
I love
it. So I just let you two banter that one out and stay out of it. Really, no. He knows it, but he's too nice to sort of say, "Well, Heyoka's older than me." So that means I can remember a time before home computers. It was mostly arcade back then when I was a kid. I can remember playing a lot of Phoenix at the arcade. So that must have been 80, 81.
Dude,
My first experience of, yeah, man, I knew I was going to be. So my first experience of a home games console, oh God, I'm going to censor, was a Binatone TV Master.
Damn, now I had not heard
and
that.
We're talking, the old orange and black console with Pong, basketball, squash. I mean, they dressed it up as sports, but it was just Pong. So that would have been the very late 70s. And then, of course, the Atari 2600, which everyone wanted. I didn't have one, but my best mate had one, so we'd spend all weekend playing Defender, Yard's Revenge, Haunted House, Pitfall, Frogger.
Oh my God, the hours I played Frogger.
Amazing. I had a little Pac-Man 2 handheld game, which I played to death. And we had a Sinclair ZX81 at home, which was crap. But at the time, it was amazing. When we could change the color of the font, we thought we were like just the best. And then the ZX Spectrum arrived, and that's when gaming really took off, I think. With Manic Miner, Jet Set Willy, Wheelie, Attic Attack, Night Lord, Jetpack, all the Horace Goes games. And around that time, remember the Tomitronics, the handheld games you would hold up to your eyes? Yeah.
The Tommy games.
You'd hold them up to your eyes.
Yeah.
And the light would come through and you'd have like a games they were brilliant.
You got a better memory than
So that was about 83. We had a Commodore VIC-20, which was just before the Commodore 64. Yeah. And a really crap Sinclair QL. And that was it really before I got a PC in 1991.
Wow. So you didn't go the console route. You went the PC route right away. Pretty quick.
Pretty quick, yeah. I didn't have a console back then.
See, because if you were a PC gamer back in 91, let's just say you were ahead of the curve versus the console plebs, Yeah. You were playing much more advanced games in 91 than I was playing on my Atari or my Nintendo,
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all RTSs. So that's all I remember.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to say weird.
Yeah, that's okay. I still got all the original discs for Sid Meier's Civilization.
Nice.
Yeah, they're in a bag upstairs.
Jeez.
So that just blew my mind. That was the first game that really consumed me.
You and Night Demon can talk.
Just one more turn.
Night Demon's the same way.
Really?
He's got all his old games from long ago. I wish I still had my stuff.
My mom made me throw it out.
Damn.
Yeah. So, the first sort of console was a Sega Mega Drive that my brother had. It was all Sonic and Madden, Toe Jam and Earl. Yes. What a great soundtrack. And then on the PC, it was Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem, Thief, Dark Project was one of my favorites, and Half-Life. Onto Diablo 2. PlayStation would have been Oddworld, and then I was a massive Tony Hawk fan as well.
Yes.
So.
My family played Oddworld for ages at night. Oh my God.
Amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Remember you could sit there and hum that was so cool.
You could fart too.
Yeah, that's right. You could. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Where was that button again?
Follow me.
Button do I press to fart?
Yeah.
Follow me. Yep.
Oh my God. Those good games, man. Great games.
So they were fantastic. So that was my early sort of days of gaming.
Well, Dr. Heyoka, how did you find Destiny, man?
Oh man. I can remember seeing an article about it in the Guardian newspaper back in early 2014 when they were sort of talking about it. And I really liked that it was an open world game and a cross between a shooter and a role playing game, which two of the things I liked in both of those games. I'm a big fan of an RNG format as well. So I was in the middle of my own treatment then in psychoanalysis, searching for something to let my brain drop out my ear. So I bought it. My kids had just got an Xbox 360. I mean, it was an excuse to get one really, but it was Skylanders, wasn't it? Yeah, hey kids. And I'd got Halo with it as well, I think. So I was already used to that sort of format, but I got Destiny as soon as I could in sort of the autumn of 2014. I just absolutely loved it. I mean, just going, as soon as you enter that Cosmodrome, you've got all those cars. Okay, this is a good start.
Oh, yeah.
what I really loved was the accumulation of weapons and the armor. It felt like you're developing characters. But because of family life, I was snatching an hour and a couple of hours here and there. So it was a very solo experience early on, and I couldn't really get in depth to it. But I've probably not played many games since then.
You and me both, brother.
Oh man,
it's got a good hold on me.
I mean, going to that bounty board was just special.
Really? You say bounty board, huh?
Yeah.
You're cut from the same cloth, Hazel. Hazel's going to love this show today.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. All right. So, Mr. Heyoka, what are you up to in Destiny lately? Or what are you playing in general?
So, I am a bit weird, as you say, Gator, because I mean, I've been playing for 9 years, but I still consider myself like a veteran. Because as a solo player, you develop lots of habits of how you play. And I went nowhere near the end game content because I just couldn't. I was too shy of LFGs as well. So it was just like, it was a whole area just completely cut off. Yeah. So that means I've got a lot of stuff to do now. Since I joined GDC back in April, it's completely changed how I play Destiny, because now I've got this whole world open to, and I've got good. Well, half decent. I've got pretty good, which means I can start doing a lot more things. So I'm loving absolutely everything at the minute. This is the first Festival of the Lost that I've paid attention to. So it's been a good week, but, just been trying to get on as much as I can and, dropping a few raids as well, which has been great because I've still got a lot to do. I've done 2 raids and like 2 dungeons.
I think we did a Crota, didn't we? With Mr. Monkey and,
we've done 2 Crotas together, right. And you actually Sherpa'd my first Ron.
Well, that's a loose term, Sherpa, but yeah, I was there to help.
Me. It's a loose term because it's Ron. So,
I mean, you kept getting me and Headley mixed up, but
that was a gag.
Took me through it.
I figured that would get you guys all riled up. So,
sure.
Hey,
I'll buy that.
Yeah. So, how are you liking? You liking Festival of Lost this year?
Do you know what? I can see the attraction. It's colourful. It's like crack for the brain, isn't it? It's like Candy Crush in a festival.
You're wearing mask, man.
Because everything's... Yeah, I've got a mask. Got the memento within a couple of days. Nice. And, it's been a lot of fun. Once I worked out what to actually do, because I was just doing a lot of haunted sectors without realizing I needed spectral pages and all of that. But Mr. Monkey was very helpful in putting me straight. Yeah, and Hades helped out quite a lot as well. Oh, he's the best.
Nice.
So, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm not bored of it yet. That's a good thing.
Well, that's good. Nice. What about you, Gator?
It's been a mixed week for me. I mean, my wife is now wanting to go to Universal all the time, it seems. She's trying to take advantage of those passes, but in between, I've gotten some Destiny in this week versus last week. I think I was kind of taking a break, but no, I did, before reset, I played Iron Banner one more time with, shout out to Warcry. Native Raider was there gaming with me. That was fun. Priceless Cloud, her father Slammin was there. King Tut and even Commando dropped by. Mixed feelings on Iron Banner. I was fun some games, and some games I was like, next. But, I actually last night, Wicked Trinity messaged me and says, dude, can we do some good game? Can we do some games and stuff? I was like, you know what? I don't normally record on, I'm usually recording on Friday, but this Friday night I can actually play. So, I threw in the 100.io bot, I put it out there that we were going to do some Haunted Gambit and then maybe some Crucible or maybe even some Legendary Haunted Left Sectors before we ended the night. Never got to that part, by the way, but we started playing Gambit. Yeah, I know. I said Gambit. I remember now why I don't play Gambit. It took, probably 5 minutes just to find people to game with. But, I want to give a shout out to, Birdman, Captain Musty, and Wicked Trinity, of course, are my 4-man fire team, but Hammer Crasher and Sith Daddy Fresh, dropped in later when we were playing Crucible. And we played, I think, Captain Mussy was needing to get Catalyst stuff done. So we played, Momentum Control. And I got to admit, man, I had a lot of fun playing Momentum Control. Granted, I got my butt kicked a lot of games too, but I had a lot of fun games. And, I just wanted to thank everyone who stopped by my stream last night and said hello. And if you don't know, I stream on youtube.com/@ToddTheGator. If you don't know already, it posts in the Discord when I go live. But, other than that, other than Universal on the outskirts of that, that's been my week. I am going to go see Killers of the Flower Moon tomorrow with my parents. 3 hours and 26-minute long movie, which should be a piece of cake for us because we're used to sitting down for 3 hours. So, it may be Martin Scorsese's last movie. You just never know these days. So I figured, I'm going to go see that. And, this is the first movie that Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro have been in together. I don't know if you knew that or not, but, I thought that was pretty special. So that's what I'll be seeing tomorrow. And then, I'll let you know next week how that went. So how's Destiny for you this week, man?
So I really didn't do much with Destiny this week.
Okay.
Just, feeling better and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you were sick.
Yeah. And then like Tuesday reset came and I was just like, it's just Festival of the Lost. I really don't care. That kind of thing.
This guy.
And then I saw a bunch of videos about a new shader.
Mm-hmm.
Like an all black shader.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my. And then poof, I have instant motivation to play this damn game again.
Hey, imagine that, Bungie. You put some loot in there where we'll actually go and play for it. Look at that.
Yeah, it's shocking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was like going out and playing and everything else. And then all of a sudden I see that like one, it's bugged.
Right.
And two, it's not a shader.
Yeah.
It's a memento.
Yeah.
And immediately I just set the controller down, turned it off, and was like, I'm like a jilted girlfriend right now. And because it's not a shader. Like, come on.
It's a memento and you can only hold one at a time. You got to put it on right away if you want another one.
Exactly. And I'm like, why can't we have it as a shader? Why do I have to like spend all of my stuff and craft another gun just so I can have it look a way that I want?
Another reason you should craft weapons.
What?
Another reason you should craft weapons so you can put mementos on them.
Okay, now Gator. No.
I'm trying to stir the
No. Do you really think that? Do you think that this is a better system than dropping an actual shader?
The thing is, though, here's the thing, Hazel. The memento is like a limited time event thing, so it makes it special. I mean, when people have a memento on their weapon, people go, oh my, this guy played some Festival of Lost. Or, man, where did you get that? Remember those days when you actually inspected a character and went, dude, where did you get that emblem? Or where did you get that shader? But I miss those days.
But that's the same. I mean, okay, this is FOMO.
It is.
Remember that? Remember when they were like, hey, we're doing away with FOMO and everything else?
They never got rid of FOMO for anything, by the way. It's still FOMO.
But here's the thing, though, is that, I mean, what's the difference between this and Iron Banner? You know how they put shaders in Iron Banner? Yeah. Why can't they make this a shader?
I hear you. Because if you get your shader, it drops. You can reuse it 1,000,000 times. You're done with the event. You don't need to play it anymore. Bungie knows this. So they want you to play more.
But that's bullshit. Because then they limit it too, that you can only put it on weapons that you craft.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I just think it's kind of sleazy because the other side too is that, I mean, everybody said that it was a shader that was dropping because nobody knew at the time on Tuesday morning. They were like, hey, hey, it's a shader. And I was immediately like, okay, let's go. So what do you think, Heyoka?
He's got the momentum.
Yeah, but I haven't used it yet because I don't know which weapon to put it on.
All right, hold on a second. We got to pose the question. Hazel, I'm sorry, man. Heyoka, crafted versus RNG, where you at? Or both. There's no wrong answer.
I've got a
But
limited
Gator will
number
cheer
of,
for one and be sad for another. So,
I've got a limited number of crafted weapons.
Okay.
And that's about it, really. Yep. I mean, I've got what I like, but I'm not at the moment chasing any red borders to try and get all the patterns for stuff. I've got too much to do at the minute.
See?
So what you're saying is there's grind and crafting too? Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not grind in crafting.
There is. You have to get the red bars. You have to get the red border weapons. They don't fall like all the time.
Yeah,
it's the
but
same as getting an RNG drop weapon. It's the same thing.
It is not the same. Because you have your harmonic, you have your resonance that you can
You only get 5 of those, dude. You can only use it for 5 times. There's a ton of weapons out there.
Yeah, but do you really need to craft all of the weapons?
I tried to at one point and I gave up because there's just too many. Too many to craft now.
But again, that's not the answer to my question. Do you need to craft all the weapons?
And an answer? Yes.
No.
I want to craft all the weapons that are craftable.
But
will I?
Do you need to?
Well, I mean, do I need to play Destiny? I mean, come on. I mean, if we're getting down to it. I mean, I want to craft all the weapons. If I get all the red bars for a weapon, I'm going right to the throne world to craft it. Because then what it does is it eliminates my vault. All these extra weapons that I have from random rolls that I just hung on to just in case, I can get rid of those now because I have a crafted weapon.
You're funny.
Whatever. So, Heyoka, how are you liking the Memento?
He hasn't put it on anything. Didn't you hear him?
I haven't put it on anything. I'm looking at my Abyss Defiant or my Sword Break, and I think I still got a couple of patterns to get. Maybe it's going to look good on that. Do I want to stick it on an Eremite? I'm just thinking,
what do you think the fact that you can only hold one at a time? You can't collect
I'm not
them.
that bothered, to be fair.
You're not?
I mean, do people really go around? Are people really going to look at my weapon and say, "Hey, great, what is that?" I'm not sure people do.
But see, that's the thing, though. I mean, it's fine, right, Gator? It keeps you playing. Yeah. It's the grind.
It's the grind.
Yeah. Okay.
I love using your argument against you.
Using your words against me. I see. Yeah. Using my words.
I think if I didn't have other things to do, then. Yeah, if I didn't have lots of other things to do, then chasing red borders would be a thing.
Well, what are you doing? What are you chasing right now? What did you said there's other things you're wanting to do? What are you trying to get done? What are your goals?
Oh, I've got so much content. I've just got so much content to actually do.
Now, are we talking Destiny content or are we talking about other games?
No, there's other games.
Okay, I apologize. I knew you were going to answer that way. What are you doing? What are your goals in Destiny, I should say? Let me rephrase that question.
So at the moment, what I'm trying to do, I mean,
you're working on
I'm just trying to get some really good builds for each.
Oh, okay.
No, well, I've got 2 titles, and they're going to come. But when I say I've got lots to do, I mean I've got lots to do. I mean, I'm just at the moment getting all of my characters, all of them up to the cap level. Mm-hmm. But it's builds that finding a build that works for you. It wasn't until that arc build that outtakes put out that Hazel picked up on, and I mean, it's just completely changed my confidence for everything. I can just go into any situation at the moment, drop a well, it all works. Not a well, drop a rift, everything works. Have a cup of tea while everything dies around me, and you can suddenly do all these things. Well, that's the way it is.
You want to feel powerful, right?
You want to feel like you've got some power. So when you suddenly go into a raid, on the Crota, and you're thinking, great, I'm with you guys and all the big boys, and suddenly everyone's doing a solo warlock. I'm like, oh shit! I'm running down the abyss, dodging holes and dodging all the swingers and spiky balls, and I'm trying to patch together a solo build because I haven't got one. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm trying to get some decent builds for each of my characters so that I can increase that confidence, man. It wasn't until that big bollocked electric eel that Hazel put out that I actually felt, oh, I understand this now. Now I get it. This is a different skill level.
You're playing at the next level. It's the most best. It's the most awesome thing in Destiny right now.
Yeah, you've graduated.
I learned that build. I got my Wish Ender. I got my Xenophage. I got my Malfeasance. I got all these guns that I just couldn't get because I couldn't finish stuff. I just couldn't. I was just too squishy. So that's what I'm on at the minute.
Good deal, man. I love it, man.
Great.
I have goals too, but I just, like I said last week, I just had to take a break. But man, I'm happy for you, man. Destiny's such a great game. It appeals to so many different people. Hey, I'm Gator. I'm the shill. I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Yay!
Yeah. You know what? I'm taking a tangent here, but I heard or read somewhere that you used to live in the States. Is that true?
That is true, yeah.
Oh,
I lived on the East Coast for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I might come on to that a bit later, actually.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. Well, then I'll hold my question in for later. Okay. So Hazel, you've been just chilling, or you've been playing some Cyberpunk?
I've been doing some Festival of the Lost stuff. I was getting pretty frustrated with the game actually because I wasn't getting any spectral pages.
Really?
I was just like completely losing my mind. Why? Because I was using my mask and everything else. I forgot that I actually have my consumables were full.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that. I heard that you will not get the pages if your inventory's full.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. It's absolutely fantastic. You know,
I mean, so how long did you play before you realized that?
Well, I played with Hammer and Priceless Cloud, last night we did maybe 2 or 3 strikes, and, I did a couple lost sectors, things like that. And, I got 0.
Wow.
So yeah. So I probably missed out on maybe 20 or 30 pages.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
Damn, man. Sorry to hear that. Oh,
but besides that, I have been in Cyberpunk land. I'll be honest. As great as Cyberpunk is, there's nothing like the gun feel in Destiny.
Yeah.
They really should have contracted out for to get, Bungie to do the gun feel, and then it would be fantastic.
But Bungie put themselves out of business. They wouldn't want to do that. That's what makes Bungie, man. I was talking last night in stream. I said, you know what? If Destiny goes away tomorrow, I am not worried about content because Bungie, the future looks so bright for Bungie. They just have such a good thing.
Does it though?
I don't know, man. I'm really
excited.
Does it though? I'm really excited. They got Matter sitting out there. Who knows what that's going to be? They got Marathon coming around the bend. I'm really looking forward to it.
You're not going to play Marathon.
Dude, I will. Dude, you know how much I wanted to play
I bet
that
you will.
extraction
I bet you will.
in Battlefield, but they just screwed it up so bad that I just lost interest.
Dude, I remember one episode where you did, what was it? Tarkov.
Yeah.
And you talked about it and you were like, yeah, I played it for 30 minutes and then I was out.
Yeah, but Bungie's going to improve it. They're going to make it so much better than Tarkov was. I mark my words. They're going to make it more friendly. They're not going to have, you're not going to have to search for bullets for a certain gun. Shit, this is going to come back to haunt me, I'm sure, but whatever.
Yeah, this is not going to age well.
No,
I'm just psychic already.
I don't care. Whatever. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what Bungie has planned in the future. I do. And wait till they start using AI in their games.
Who says they're not already?
Oh, I'm sure some amount of it in there now.
They already do because it's procedurally generated. Don't you remember that with Festival of the Lost? Or
the Infinite Forest.
Yeah, the Infinite Forest.
So they were already using AI long ago. Oh shit, man. That's scary.
I mean, it's a version of AI. It's not necessarily.
Yeah. Well, damn. Well, good deal, man. Good deal. Well, let me ask Heyoka this. And I wanted to ask him that other question, but we'll talk about that later. It must be coming up. But, Heyoka, how did you find our community, dude?
I mean, I was really looking forward to Lightfall when it came out, and I listened to a lot of podcasts. So, about a month into Lightfall, I was like, there's got to be some podcasts out there for Destiny. So I searched and I picked the top one, which actually was GDC. And I started listening to episodes. Yeah, well, it was the one that popped up on mine.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't looking at the top 10 or anything. I was just searching.
Sure.
That was and my first episode I listened to was 189, where you were pretending that you hated Lightfall and were never playing Destiny again. So I thought, hey, yeah, I like this. This could be good. One of your bits.
Oh, God.
And
cringy.
And yeah, and I can remember, being out with the dogs, listening to this, thinking, I like these guys. These guys, these guys get it. relate to you guys.
Oh, sweet dude.
And that's how I found it. So, and from there I found the Guardian Hub, Blueberry Lounge, Potato Thumbs, and I've never listened to one episode of Two Titans and a Hunter.
Oh, Night Demon, you and Night Demon can talk, man.
I'm sorry, mate.
Definitely the same.
I'm sorry.
Oh, they're good guys.
I'm sorry, but
I was just listening to their show this week, and Night Demon was trying to be Count Dracula, and he kept every time he said something, he would go blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh my god! I was on the floor laughing. Well, I was on the floor. I was out working, but I was like, this is hilarious. They're good guys. You ought to listen to them. They're a really good podcast.
Yeah, I should do. Yeah, I will.
Of course, I have to ask you, sir. Do you do bounties?
No, yeah, of course I do.
I love it.
So
God, that's what I had to come back to.
Yes, he does bounties, man. He's a brother. He's a brownie brother.
But the bounties are the motivation of the solo player. What else do you do?
True. I can see that.
You can't access raids or dungeons. That's the thing. That's the hit. That's the flashy light that pops up on the right of your screen when you cash them in. You know, so they're always running in the background for me before I log on. I grab a load of bounties on the app, and now that I'm trying to get up to the cap level with my Titan and Hunter, then I'm doing them a lot more. But yeah, that's just a leftover from the solo days.
Maybe that's why. You're doing therapy already.
I mean, that's my take on it.
Maybe that's why I always like bounties, because I played solo like you at first, and then once I found a community, which was Dad's Tales.
Yeah. Where else do you get that dopamine hit as a solo player, particularly in D1?
You nailed it.
Destiny.
That's right.
Yeah, you graduated beyond bounties at some point. Yeah.
No, we didn't say that. I am graduating. We still do bounties. I mean, no. Yeah, totally. So yes, absolutely, I do. Good deal.
See. Yeah. I'm the self-actualized player that's like, I don't need bounties to, for my enjoyment of the game.
Pinky near when you drink your tea.
Sorry, I can hear denial. I can hear
it too.
You can't hear my denial.
Yeah. I can.
I can hear Hazel now. Wait a minute. I can only it's a memento? Who's this for?
Yeah, Mementos? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who's this for? That's exactly it. Yeah. It's not for me. No. But let's see here. So, signature questions.
Oh, no. We got to ask him that. That's your question. That's why I skipped it.
Oh, sorry. My bad. There we go. All right. So why do you game? I think you kind of touched on it a little bit.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's to relax. It's just to relax. I exclusively play Destiny. I don't play any other games. I mean, I'll play some crappy games on my phone, but, I just don't have... I hear there's other games. I hear you guys talking about them, but I just don't have time in my life. There's no room in my life for others. So, I game a lot. My job involves absorbing a lot of, a significant amount of emotional distress. And so squishing Thrall is great fun. Why are those guys so cross anyway? What is it with Thrall? I start worrying about them. Why are they so cross all the time? You know what I mean? Do we ever stop and think about the Thrall? Anyway.
Won't somebody think about the Thrall? Not the new lights.
They got to have a break at some point. They got to stop. They got to rest. They got to eat. They got to do stuff. They got family. How they do it?
I don't know how they were born, but I don't know. Yeah.
But since I joined GDC, I now game for the community and the friendships that it's brought me. I'm not sure I could go back to solo anymore. I mean, I play solo, but I don't think I could just play exclusively solo anymore. I felt excluded from endgame content early on in the solo years because of confidence. I felt a bit intimidated by those at the light cap and well beyond. Used to see their weapons and their numbers and think, I had no idea how you got them. So, but now, I'm well above cap myself, learning about builds, weapons, armor mods, joys of endgame content. And to spend 4, 5, 6 hours in a raid with people helping me learn is just the most amazing experience for me in Destiny. And that's not as available in real life these days. So it's all about friendships and community these days.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm with you. Well said. Okay, now signature questions, and I'll let you take us out, Hazel. So I'll ask the first one. Heyoka.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what is up with that gamer tag?
So, Heyoka. Well, I mean, I've always been drawn to Native Americans, nation history.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was a kid who had the teepee before I had the cowboy hat as a kid.
Nice.
So the name Heyoka comes from, it's sort of an archetypal trickster and sacred clown from Lakota, Dakota Sioux, Sioux tribes from the Great Plains. So Heyoka is a satirist who sort of draws attention to things through opposites and acts as a mirror to others, brings things into awareness. So to be Heyoka is to help people learn to know themselves. So, but also in this regard, a Heyoka needs to be an empath in order to present that mirror. This is what I do professionally. You know, I'm an empath who tries to understand what it's like to be my patient and slowly draw things into their awareness when they're able to bear such knowledge. And so Heyoka has a number of meanings for me, and I like the sound of it. That's it.
I think that's the best answer I've ever gotten.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice.
So, Dr. Heyoka, do you have any hobbies aside from gaming?
Yeah, I've got a few. So I'm a big sports fan. I coached youth football for 10 years. So I coached my son's team for 10 years and stopped 2 years ago. So now I get to watch him play men's football, which is great. I'm a lifelong fan of West Bromwich Albion. So I get up to the Black Country whenever I can to watch them play. Me and my son attend the NFL at Wembley once a year. I've been a Rams fan since 1983, back Eric Dickerson's first year at the Rams.
Wow.
Nice.
We're going back some years, aren't we? I was also a Bengals fan, as their helmets were the coolest.
Hey.
You might see in the Hobbies channel in Discord, I like to make scale model aircraft.
Yep.
So Airfix and Revel models. I took this back up during lockdown. I mean, as a kid on Christmas, you'd get a little Airfix and you'd rip it open. You try and get the glue out straight away and then stick it together. And, you know, but in lockdown, I really took the time to see just how much detail you could actually get. So, there's a few builds in the Hobbies channel if anyone wanted to have a look at those. I also like photography and, you know, I always wanted to be a graphic designer, really. That would have been my
fallback.
You know, the creator of images would have been great, man. I love that.
Yeah.
So
very nice.
That's about it.
I love it.
Mm.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I've got my last one here and then you can go out with yours, Hazel. Dr. Heyoka, what's one thing about you that maybe our community might not know about you?
Okay. So I've given this a lot of thought. So I had a very different career up to the age of 27. Okay, I didn't really start any of his studies and other things that I've done since then until 27. So I felt a bit bad a few weeks ago when you had Frostbite on and Hammercrusher had asked a question about something, you know, what's one thing you'd really love to be able to do that, you know, that you can't? And you all said the same thing. Do you remember what that was?
I think I wanted to play baseball professionally.
No. You all... Anyway, I mean, the reality is I'm a classically trained ballet dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you couldn't have planned that answer.
Seriously.
Better. That is awesome.
Exactly.
A professional?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, dude.
Up until the age of 27, I was a professional choreographer and contemporary dancer.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, I started at ballroom at the age of 10 just because, you know, I went with a mate. And, you know, I was a county footballer, I was a county cricketer, I was a county basketball captain playing in the National League. And I just took that athleticism into something else and started getting into physical theatre. I started ballet at 16. And then my undergraduate degree was in dance theatre in London. I managed to get a scholarship down to one of the big schools down there. And then after graduation, that's when I went to the East Coast. So I was actually in Manhattan in New York for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Having a small dance company, trying to perform wherever you can. I mean, I funded that by teaching English and helping people with essays. So I was enrolled in a school there, and And then after that, I taught in a big European capital for 3 years. And then at 27, came back to the UK, and that was it. I mean, there will be photos available. However, nobody knows that. I think Mr. Monkey might have had a hint. He might have had a hint in a photo I sent him once. In the background, he might have seen it. But yeah, I mean, I've taken a lot of crap for it over the years, obviously. But that's being able to move in ways like that on stage, it was just the best feeling.
That'd be so physically.
I mean, I'm built like a Titan now, but there's 2 people who shouldn't mess with in life. I heard, don't mess with ballet dancers and sheep shearers. So, yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's it. That's what I did till I was 27. It's hard to believe.
I got to follow up, Hazel, before you ask your question.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Since you've been in the U.S. and the UK, what are the major differences between the 2 states or the 2 countries?
That's where you go?
I mean, I wrote that question in. I mean, UK life versus US life.
I lived in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Damn, I mean, I lived in Manhattan. I'm not sure I went out to Rhode Island once for a weekend, but
yeah, that's probably not real life.
Well, look, my older brother's been living in Chicago for 20 years. So shout out to Dan, George, Will, Stacey. So, one of the big things I think is, I think in the UK we've really lost a sense of community. Really? It's even more we're just working for living for the weekend. People aren't going to the pub as much these days. They're at home watching Netflix. They're at home with Netflix on, something in the background whilst they look at their phones. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily watching Netflix. But I think in the US there's still, from what I see, a greater sense of community coming together, locally. I might be wrong, but we've really lost our sense of community here in the UK, I think. Mm. It's become much more, the individuals become much more prominent rather than the collective, which is a worry.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, I think it's the same way here too. I think
it's getting that way. Yeah.
It's getting that way.
I mean, the thing I've noticed is people, don't take time for themselves as much as, I mean, it's all work. It's all work and the dollar. And I think it's been that way for a long time now, but it just seems like maybe it's changing. I don't know, but that's my generation. It's all put your head down and work and don't ask questions. And I don't know, maybe that's changing for the better now with the next generation, but I was just curious, since you've had a unique experience there because you've lived in both countries for some time. So I was just curious if there was any difference. Yeah,
absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, there's big differences. I mean, outside of the big cities, there's not a lot to do out in the UK, to be honest. Like, what I see, is the growth of the malls and the shopping outlets that become the place where people are congregating. That sort of mall experience that you guys have had for a lot longer over there. That becomes the center of a social life for a lot of young people.
Yeah,
if they're lucky enough to have one.
Our malls have been dying. I think it's reverting to what you're saying with the Netflix and chill and staying home. Oh shit, I meant
Netflix and chill.
No, I meant watching Netflix and streaming and
chilling in front of
doing
Netflix.
More stuff at home.
Yeah.
Damn kids and their Netflixing and chilling.
I didn't say it. You did. I'll edit that out. Did you want to follow up on something, Hazel? I didn't want to cut you off there.
Well, I mean, I'm just.
It's amazing, isn't
it? I'm just trying to think of a question to ask because there seems like there should be something there regarding the whole, classically trained ballet dancer. It's like, wow. Like, what was your favorite, piece to dance to?
So, I mean, I'm 6'4" and I'm not slight. So, to be on stage and have like a 6'4", 6'5" wingspan, it's pretty impressive to see.
Wow.
To see the human body in that way, particularly if you're dancing with other males. I really enjoyed the classical repertoire stuff. But the majority of the actual work in the choreography was much more contemporary. So I'm talking about who, when I was in New York, I'd go and watch Pedalobulus, I'd go and watch David Parsons, I'd go and watch all of these big companies at the time, which were, the Limone Company, Holman Nicolai. These were, it's that sort of arty-farty stuff, really. But actually, our own stuff, it's to choreograph with a group of dancers from all over the world was pretty amazing, and I got to perform in some great places in New York. But there was a greater number of dance companies there competing for the same venues than there would have been in London. But yeah, I did enjoy the classical ballet a lot. So when I used to teach a male ballet class, and it was great fun, huge fun, just to be able to move through space that way. It's just fantastic. I miss that bit hugely. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool, man.
That's awesome.
All right, Hazel.
All right.
Take us out,
yep.
sir.
Last question here. Okay. So, do you have a motto or mantra that you like, or a couple of them?
I've got a couple. Don't be a dick is a mantra.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah. I like my wife's mantra and motto is look up, be kind, which I think is really important. But another one, it's like you said earlier, Gator, know thyself, from the ancient Greek of gnoti sephton, which is about knowing what you don't know. Admit when you don't know things, know your limitations. I don't know the three most important words that we can engage with, because, there can be a deep sense of shame in a lack of knowledge, and we can talk a load of crap, trying to cover up not knowing, when it's much easier to say, I don't know. So it's a lot better to say that than bullshit people. And of course, with all the amount of analysis I've been through, actually, that's really important. So I'll go with that one. I'll go with know thyself.
Well, for the record, nice. I don't know myself that well, but yeah, that's, wow, man. What a life. That is fantastic. Well, Heyoka, thank you, sir. Thank you, brother, for sharing your life with us today, man.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Well, let's see how he does on the speed run. Bell's sitting there atop the pyramid and keeps kicking people off as soon as they get close. So maybe Mr. Heyoka can put a dent in that today. All right. We'll be right back.
Call the Praxic Order. Call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes. Call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners. This segment is called The Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 600 possible questions for our guest. And Heyoka here is going to have 2 minutes to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers. And at the end of the year, the guest with the most answer will win a prize entitled 2023 Speedrun Champion. The questions are custom curated by me, so no one can memorize the order, and just quickly answer what comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to read the questions out loud from my list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. And Toll the Bell is our current leader with 53 questions answered. I do want to mention, because we're thousands of miles across the ocean right now, for our UK guest, Hazel will be adjusting things a little bit to make things fair versus our American or more local guests. So just want to let you know, going forward, for any UK guests we have on our show, we're going to try to make it fair as we can. So it's not scientific, but we'll do our best. All right. So Heyoka, you ready to do this, man?
Yes. Let's do it.
All right. Hazel, 2 minutes on the clock.
I got it.
Or wait a minute, 120 seconds? Is that? Never mind. All right, here we go. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Warlock.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Void, solar, arc, or stasis?
Lost you. Arc.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Canada.
Stasis, yes or no?
No.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller.
Shotgun or fusion rifle?
Fusion rifle.
Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit?
Strikes.
Are you an AMC Stubbs member? Well, of course not.
Nope.
Controller or mouse and keyboard? Sorry, it's a duplicate.
Controller.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Tom Hardy.
Neomuna or Throne World?
Throne World.
Human, Awoken, or Exo?
Exo.
Flawless GM or Flawless Trials?
Flawless GM.
Is Scum Death your uncle?
Yes.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Nessus.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Have you ever been
Blue.
to the lighthouse?
I said blue. No.
What's the best sandwich?
Cheese and pickle.
What armor slot do you use as an exotic?
Chest.
Resolution or frames?
Resolution.
Ikora, Kate, or Zavala?
Ikora.
Nova Bomb or Blade Barrage?
Nova Bomb.
What number am I thinking of?
47.
No,
Yeah, did you get the answer?
that's incorrect. It was 7.
Wow.
Roller coaster or carousel?
Roller coaster.
What's your favorite word?
Ballistic.
Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
Yes.
What's one thing you own that needs to be thrown out?
Shoes.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Time. You can go ahead and answer, though.
Yeah.
Milkman.
Okay.
Nice.
Good deal. Oh, man. That delay. It's killing me. My ADHD was off the charts, man.
I think I was answering too quickly and then you weren't hearing me.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it was a mic issue mixed with the delay, I think.
Gotcha.
Too.
Yeah.
We maybe we need to have a separate...
I was trying to be quick on the answers.
Maybe we have a separate speed run for UK next year. We'll talk about it. So we can do.
I mean, I was just laughing because Gator is like fucking talking.
I was like, did you hear my question?
Shut up.
Did you hear my question? It seems like you're thinking about it awful hard.
So Hazel, could Hazel hear my answers?
No,
I wasn't here. I was hearing it basically the same time Gator was.
Yeah, we hear the same thing pretty much.
Oh shit.
It's all right. Man.
Yeah.
It's one of the...
It felt like it was 10 seconds a question.
All right. You got to answer this one for me. Two questions. Favorite music genre?
Punk.
And football or soccer?
Football.
Okay. Hey, good deal. Hazel, I have no clue, man. How many did he get?
I'm going to round up and say 30.
All right. Good job, man. Hey, for the we are 1,000 miles, thousands of miles across the Atlantic right now from each other. So, that it is what it is. Our technology hasn't quite caught up yet. But good deal, man. Thanks for playing. That was fun.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, hey, listeners, do you have a great speedrun question for us? If that's a yes, join our Discord and enter them in our Speedrun Question Ideas channel, and we'll add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember, they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And don't forget my long form one, what's your favorite? At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice, and you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. So let's hear them and see what you got for us, and good luck. Also, if you're enjoying what you've heard so far in our little show and you know someone who plays Destiny, do us a favor. Hit that share button on whatever app you're using and send it to a friend. All the links, of course, will be in our show description right down there, pointing down to the show description. All right. Thanks, Heyoka. That was fun. All right. Without further ado, that means it's time for This Week in Destiny.
Hello, this is Admiral Nips from Potato Thumbs Podcast. You're listening to Guardian Downcast. And while your state sucks, you're still probably a pretty decent person.
All right, Hazel, 9th week of Season of the Witch. What's going on in this week in Destiny, man?
All right. Well, there's something called Festival of the Lost going on, FYI. Yeah. You can go ahead and you can buy it, and you can look like a bug if you want the armor, that is. Yeah, nobody wants that. I don't know why somebody would vote for that. Hades.
By the way, I bought
You bastard.
I bought the Titan armor just because it looks like a spider, so I can wear it later.
Bitch, I ain't ever playing with you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Remember what he said about not interrupting? Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey, fun fact though.
Mm-hmm.
So, if, you are, okay, so I was looking through trying to find out, like, I gotta be honest. The armor does look pretty cool, but I am not going to buy any of it. I'm just gonna say that.
Understandable.
But the other armor sets, like the robot set and the dinosaur set, those are actually on like page 2 and 3. And the other sets too are on like page 2 and 3 of the, under the events tab under the Eververse store. So, you can buy those for Bright Dust or for silver if you're so inclined. So, just keep that in mind, because I was looking through trying to find the robot set for my hunter because I didn't buy that last season or last year. Okay. So couldn't find it. I was like, where the hell is it? Because usually they keep it all on the first page, so you can go ahead and buy it. But, yep, not this year. So page 2 and 3, if you want the robot or the dinosaur or the cool glowy ones. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Because nobody wants to buy the one set look like a bug.
No.
So, yeah, you get squashed. Okay. All that shit looks creepy. My daughter was like all like about it too. She's like, I want to look like a spider, Dad. Buy it. And I was like, no. I was like, you're not my daughter. Okay. So, quick note here. So, Legend and Haunted Lost sectors are a thing in the game. There is actually a node that you can click on, and it rotates every 150 minutes.
Oh.
So, yeah. There we are. Okay. And in exchange, you'll earn a chance for a higher chance of an exotic engram and that kind of thing. So, good stuff there. Cosplays, pumpkins, and masks. So you can find the mask and the instructions for everything right here for this, and you can get a snazzy emblem.
Looks good.
If you are picked as a winner, that kind of thing. So, some good stuff there. Okay. So, the Gotta Go Fast update. Kind of like 2.0, because we all remember the fast update. Well, some of us do, because the game was super slow at one time. So they wanted to share some additional information with everyone about the sparrows going fast. So with this, they've heard feedback, basically that the always on time sparrow was always the one picked because it makes them go faster. It's, right. Nobody gives a shit about that. It's all because they don't want to die. Anyway, all legendary sparrows will have 2 speed selection options, moving forward. One matching the always on time sparrow speed, and the other will be matching the oldest, highest speed that was available to offer a choice in handling and speed control. So if you use the faster one, you're going to kind of, maneuver differently than you would at a lower speed.
Okay.
So basically they're punishing people for using the always on time now. So it's going to handle, I'm guessing, like a boat, whereas the other will be a little more fluid. So, yay! Way to punish people for, using something that Bungie put in the game. Okay. All legendary and exotic sparrows will also move from 100 to 150 health to be more durable to match the always on time health pool.
That's good. I thought they were always pretty paper thin. You get like shot 5 times and the thing's already flaming on you.
Yeah, but it's like, why bother? Like,
well, why bother putting a toggle switch on it? I mean, come on, either make it fast or don't. They're giving more maneuverability. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of feeding into that whole RPG thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, I see it, I guess. I mean, but here's my thing, though, is if you make everything the same, then nothing is special.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just include transmog for your Sparrow?
There you go. Just make sure you're always on time.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Whatever you want onto it.
Exactly. I mean, that to me seems well, maybe not easier, but I mean, from a player perspective, it seems a lot more approachable than basically making everything the same. Okay. I love that they have to say this here too. The always on time will continue to retain a few unique benefits, including slightly better fuel economy, slightly lowered enemy aggression, and a slightly better side to side boost. We're hopeful that these changes will improve player comfort in swapping off of always on time. No.
I'll just bring my always on time.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
You can get it from the Monument of Lost Light, folks, if you got some lots of money.
Yeah, it's one of those things, though. It's like, do you use your spoils for this, or do you use them for an actual weapon?
True.
That's the problem.
I'll admit something here. I don't always use that Sparrow. I use whatever looks good to me. Whatever looks cool.
Yeah, I always use the always on time.
I guess for GMs and stuff, it's pretty important. But I don't always use it. Anyway.
Yeah, I just leave it on, so I never change it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of my thing.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah. So what do you think about it, Heyoka? About the Sparrows, about the cosplay, creepy armor.
Yeah, no, I wasn't buying any. I had a load of bright dust that I bought a few old sets at about 40,000 at the start of the season, so I've been spending a bit on that. I mean, with the Sparrow, I mean, the health boost for all of them would be great, make them less squishy. But other than that, I'm pretty much like you. I'll just use what's there and use it to get between places. It's not really, it's not really a big deal for me. Mind you, I don't have an always on time yet, so I don't know the big difference yet. Yeah. So maybe that's a good thing for me.
Well, I remember in the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, you had to use it. You wouldn't survive out that first part of it because the enemies would just tear you up. You couldn't even get out of there without it. So that's where I learned to get it.
That is true, too. All right. If you haven't heard, Nightfalls have double rewards this week. So you can go ahead and dive in there. The Buzzard is the roll. That's the sidearm, which, has no viability in the game. And then weapons exiting the loot pool. Coincidentally, the Buzzard will be leaving. That's this week. This is the last week for that, and then it's gone. The Swarm, which nobody uses as well, will be leaving next week. So there we are. For Trials, the Immortal, the final week for that will be the 24th. Oh. And then the Shotgun, the Astral Horizon, will be November 7th. What is that all for, Gator?
I'll be so sad to see the Immortal go away.
But it's not going away. People who still have it will still be able to use it.
Of course, but at least it limits the amount of them out there. Have they nerfed that gun yet?
Yeah, they've nerfed it like 3 times.
Not enough.
You're just bitter.
I'm not. Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Buzzard, one of my favorite sidearms in the Crucible. So if you have the chance to get that this week, you might want to jump on that because it has an awesome sight on it. It's got very good aim assist. Just if you haven't got one yet, I've got the Adepts, but if you don't have one yet, you might want to consider picking it up. That's a really good sidearm for Crucible.
It's ass in PvE. So,
well, I have a question about that later, but I'll wait.
Not good ass. I'm just going to throw that out there. Are you ready for Checkmate Rumble? So that's going to be coming.
Well, it is this week.
Well, yeah, but it's going to be in the Crucible Labs.
Nice.
So there we are. Prime drops are back. You get an emote, a sparrow, a ghost shell, and a projection. Also probably a emblem as well. So keep an eye out for that.
Ooh, emblem. Get my ears.
Maybe. I don't know. They don't mention it, but they rarely mention the emblem because it's always a fun thing that they do.
They are really cool emblems too, usually.
Yeah. They don't do it all the time.
No.
But when they do, it's there.
Yeah.
So
cool.
All right. Heyoka, any thoughts about any of the other updates here?
No, not really. I mean, I haven't played the Checkmate, so I haven't really looked at that. And the rest just all looks like, just cosmetics, really.
Do you play a lot of PvP, Heyoka?
Sometimes I can get into it for a couple of weeks and just get my rank up, but I spend a lot of time on my ass dead, so it kind of puts you off a bit. But I do like it. When it's good, it's good. But do you know what? I've never played PvP in a fire team, so that's what I want to do.
We need to change that
because I imagine that's a very different experience. Because other than that, I'm just sort of lying around watching my ghost.
Yeah, I used to solo PvP all the time, and it can be miserable. Yeah, you need to play it with a group, man.
Yeah, and I think I got to play it with a group. Because I think what happens is I play it a bit, I get top of the leaderboard a couple of times, and then it just all goes to shit. And then I can't win anything. So so nice. It sort of draws you in, and then gives
fun
you
fact. That's by design.
Yeah, I completely get that. Yeah, it's a little bit of candy, isn't it, to draw us in? Absolutely.
Yep.
But yeah, I do need to do that as a group in the community. That'd be fantastic fun.
We'll get a game in eventually. We'll make it happen. Cool. No questions from me, man. That's pretty straightforward today.
Yep, exactly. Shit's broken.
There it is.
Hey, fun fact. The Crota's End 48-hour challenge mode emblem was fixed. So, you should be all seeing that if you qualified for it. If not, let Bungie know. Okay. Movies. Art. And hey, quick shout out here. They included an art of the week. It's like they call it the Taken Kind. And this looks amazing.
Yeah, I love that right now.
I love how that looks.
It's like Val colored, like color variations. I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Looks good.
There we are.
Who's that by?
And then Hasta Luego, Bruno. Oh, the art.
No Doodles, is that it?
No Doodles.
Nice job. All right, thanks, Hazel. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, my name is Hawk Slayer, and you're listening to Guardian Downcast.
All right, really short topic of the week. I just want to get this out because I just saw a video by Senate Nomad, and shout out to Senate Nomad. I love his videos. He does really good work, and he puts a lot of time in those videos. I can tell because I make them. And he said one of his hot takes last week, and we talked about this, was the big episode where we all had a lot of feedback in our Discord, and that is random rolls versus crafted rolls. And Senate Nomad put a hot take out there saying, well, how about this hot take? There's too many weapons in the game. None of the weapons matter. But then he came out with a video last week saying, another hot take I have is weapons don't really matter in PvE. The only way we care for weapons and weapon rolls is mainly for PvP. And I wanted to know what you guys thought about that. I'll have my opinion, but I want to see what you guys think first. Heyoka, what do you think about that, man? Do weapon rolls really matter in PvE? you know, other than the champion mods and all this stuff from the seasonal artifact, we get that. But
I mean, when I'm looking through, you know, to some degree it does, but you know, for me, it's about finding a weapon that you're comfortable with that does what you want it to do. Mm-hmm. It might be more interested in the sound it makes and the role it's got, but I'm not someone who's going to be trying to be chasing that, you know, those roles for the PvE a great deal. No, I'm not. That's just not what I'm. You know, that's not what my interest is at all, really. But yeah, I mean, it can be, but. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with the weapons that, you know, the roles I've got, really.
Okay. I'm thinking Hazel has a different response. What do you think, Hazel?
Well, okay, I'll say that it depends on kind of your play style. Okay. So for me, I mean, my immediate thought to this was, no, they don't matter in PvE at all. But then I was thinking about it a little more and I'm like, I mean, all the perks that I really maintain with my weapons are all like passive things.
Okay.
So it's all things like I don't have to juggle with my left hand
and have to stand on one foot,
milk a cow with my right in order to make something happen.
Right.
It's all like, you know, demolitionist, it's hatchling, it's chill clip. Mm-hmm. It's all passive things that I don't have to actually interact with.
And we talked about this a couple weeks ago about how the new weapon perks, you would just not even worry about it because it was so conditional, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, reconstruction. It's all passive type things. It's nothing that I have to get kills with my primary weapon in order for my energy weapon to have like a damage bonus. It just, it doesn't feel good for me to do that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just thinking about it, I mean, on paper, if you take away those things, they don't matter, really. I mean, because they're all passive anyway. They're all things that you really do, but you don't do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, I mean, theoretically, yeah. You know, the roles for PvE don't matter. Now, I will say that for PvP, I mean, it's all about getting the edge over somebody else.
Right.
I mean, and that's where I would say that PvP, it does matter more, you know, where rapid hit, rampage, I mean, verbal weapon against somebody, kill clip. I mean, all like the mainstays. I mean, and I think that honestly, like to a degree, like all those ones where you know, get a kill with this weapon for a boost in your other weapon. Mm-hmm. I think that has a little more viability in PvP than it does PvE.
Well, let's just say like the horror story, for instance, it has a range. I'm looking at the one I have here, has a range of 67. Does that really matter in PvE, or you just pretty much shoot until you start seeing hit marks? I mean, but in PvP, that's very important because if you want to know what your effective range is, right, on a weapon you're using, it's definitely life or death there.
Oh, well, yeah, PvE. Exactly. Yeah. Now, when I say all of that about perks and things like that for PvE, I mean that just like a baseline.
Right, right.
Now, I mean, you know, now if my intent is, you know, hey, I'm going to be speedrunning this, then yeah, you know, I'm going to be running, you know, reconstruction, auto-loading holster. I'm going to, you know, do that. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, for day in, day out content that's not focused or just like a pickup raid or something like that, right. You know, you don't need god rolls of everything and that kind of thing. You can just use pretty much anything. That's kind of how accessible the game is at this point.
Right, right. That's okay. Well, that's kind of my way of thinking about it. I actually asked this question of the Potato Thumbs podcast guys. Shout out to those guys. They have a great podcast. Yeah, and they were not so pleased with that question. They said, oh, dude, of course it's important. I have a PvE role and I got a PvP role. But I guess I didn't clarify enough. Once you get a sniper with Vorpal, are you looking for other snipers with Vorpal, or you pretty much just put it in the vault and say, okay, if I need a sniper for vault damage, for boss damage, I got one. It's in the vault. Versus.
Well, it depends on, what RPM is it?
Well, yeah,
what's the damage?
Well, I'm talking about my succession. I have a Vorpal, moving target Vorpal weapon that I pretty much only use for, and I know Vorpal works good in PvP, for against supers, right? So there's an advantage there too, but I only have one succession. Only reason why is I have one is because it's an aggressive frame. 72 RPM, but I know it's going to do really good damage to bosses if there's an encounter that requires a sniper rifle. But I guess my point is why do we farm for weapons so much? If everyone likes the RNG rolls drops and likes to go farm stuff, are we really farming it for PvE, or is it really mainly for PvP? Because when I look at a weapon, when a weapon drops in the world drop, the first thing I do is, how's this going to work in Crucible? Because that's where it really counts to me. And that's my opinion. But now I will say there's mainstay, like you said, passive stuff like explosive payload or repulsor brace. Those are really important to have in PvP and PvE because they tie to a bunch of builds that I use, like my hunter build with my chest piece that everyone loved, and I can't think about the name of it right now, but my void build for that. But like for instance, do I really care what Headseeker does on a pulse rifle when I know in PvE, when I know it's going to really be much better in PvP? I guess my point is our conversation came up about farming weapons and everyone loves to get that RNG drop. And my question, I guess, is why are we farming these weapons so much? Is it because of PvE, or is it because what we can do in the Crucible with them? And that was the point of my question.
It's definitely not that. Yeah, no, it's definitely not PvP. Me personally, no, I don't go like looking for something to make it a better PvP role because one, I don't focus on PvP.
Right. I understand.
I mean, for me, I barely even do anything for PvE.
Right. Because you have a lot of weapons that do the job, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I just don't interact with it on that level where it's like, oh, hey, like I really need to do this to get that.
Right. All right. I was just curious because, they didn't think the question was valid because of course you have separate roles for PvE and PvP. And I know these guys that I posed the question to are more hardcore players. Now, would this matter if we were playing in-game
hardcore
content?
Hardcore PvP
and
players.
PvE. I'm not going to call names, but they mentioned that. What about GMs? What about raids? I mean, you need these roles and doing some of that stuff. Would you agree there on higher end content?
Of course. But again, that's more focused on something.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm doing a Crota with you, Heyoka, Fudd, and Fluffy and stuff like that,
right.
And Kings, who cares? It's all about mainly like having fun and getting the job done.
Right.
And then maybe gloating along the way, like, hey, I did more damage than you or whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, you don't need something focused in order to do
that was
top tier content.
That was my point.
Or to do, in game. Now, I'm sorry. In game, you do need, focused things.
Right. But I would argue that it's mainly tied to a build. Wouldn't you agree? That build, no? No. Okay.
No, because, you don't need a build to do a GM.
Sure. Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, my life was much easier when I had a build to go in with. But versus
just easy doesn't mean that it's not possible.
Well, that's true. But I remember you were looking at my gear one time and you're like, what do you got? What do you got here, man? What are you doing, man? We're doing a GM here. You can't bring that in here. I'm like, I can't use my sidearm?
Well, yeah.
No, just kidding.
But no, this isn't a raid boss.
Sorry.
But that's the thing though, was it, like at the time, did you know about the mods and about unstop and overloads?
I knew about
things
those.
like that with the champions and yeah.
Maybe I had a brain fart that time when we played, but
yeah. Well, also the thing is, if you were running a sidearm, it's like, you're going to be up close and personal with a sidearm and you don't want to be up close and personal with anything in a GM.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that was probably my mentality is, like you can do that, but you're going to have a miserable experience.
We had this conversation several shows ago. For the last couple shows this come up and I just want to put a bow in it here. Why are we farming so hard for these weapons? Is it because of PvP or is it because we want to use them in a GM? And that's my question because I was running double autos playing Crota with you and Fudd. and I was doing just fine. It wasn't critical that
you weren't doing fine, but go ahead.
I had my sword. I was good. I topped the damage charts on that raid, but it's the kind of thing where I could get the job done with it. And maybe, I was probably making it a little harder on myself versus say a fusion rifle, but I didn't have to have a fusion rifle with Vorpal. I didn't have to have a fusion rifle with, incandescent on. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that critical. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. So, I mean, and that's what I mean is that you can go into pretty much most of the content without a build, and as long as you're having something to stun a champion with, you're pretty much good.
That's why I mentioned champion mods, but I mean, if it's you have to use a bow to get to get through an anti-barrier champion, then you got to use a bow. But there again, I don't even care what the bow has as long as it's a bow. I mean, that's a little naive of me. Of course, I know what the perks of these weapons are, but you get my point. Is I'm not going, well, where's that one bow I use for champions? I'm just grabbing a kinetic bow.
Well, now they've expanded like what stuns champions now to the fact where you can use your ignition effects and stasis and that kind of thing. So, I mean, now you can pretty much play with whatever you want.
Yeah. And that was my question I was posing to the Potato Thumbs guys, because why are we killing ourselves to get that perfect roll? I would argue that it's probably because of PvP, because it's so much more critical to have the advantage, even if it's slight, versus PvE. And that was my point of that question. But Heyoka, did you have anything you wanted to add to this, man?
No, I mean, you're talking at an advanced level here. You know, that I'm nowhere near that at the minute.
Don't go pleb on me. You've been here since we have been. Don't go pleb on me.
But I am pleb on you because, at the moment, it's about getting through. I literally did my first GMs 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I reached out to Soccer, took me through some GMs and in his backpack, and Bell joined. I'm getting comfy, through these things at the moment.
It's a big backpack.
It is very comfy and roomy. But it's about me getting through these experiences at the minute. I think as I get better, as I have more experience, I'm going to have a lot more time to stop and think, right, what are the perks that I actually need here? What do they do? Because I just cannot retain all that amount of detail at the moment.
Right.
Because it's literally these new experiences that actually, if that feels comfortable, I'm going to use it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time re-rolling stuff or farming stuff at the moment because I don't understand it as much yet. I will, but it's just not a priority for me at the minute because I just, I'm not in a position to do that. Dude.
That makes sense completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, the first thing we look at is what's going to stun a champion, right? That's the first thing we got to look at if we're going into higher end content.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's Strand. Never mind. I don't need it. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. I just had to get that off my chest. I wanted to clarify because I was thinking to myself after answering that question, is it really a stupid question? Because I'm thinking to myself, is it really that? Am I that naive to think that we're killing ourselves to get PvE rolls? And there's probably people yelling at their earbuds right now going, of course it is, Gator. Of course I look for roles to play in PvE. But I'm just saying generally overall, why are we killing ourselves to get all these RNG drops? Is it because of, oh man, this is going to really annihilate that champion versus the gun I already have? Or is this going to give you an edge again when you're having that 1v1 in Javelin 4, So, all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question. It really is. I mean, to me, it's more so that, why are we doing it?
Yeah.
I think it's just for that little bit of an edge, where we kill more things and they die a little quicker. And that's for anything. Even with Dr. Heyoka over here and his love of squishing Thrall, it's, if he does something, like he shoots something with a shotgun and it empowers his melee a little bit better, he can, maybe one punch one extra Thrall and, that might get those endorphins going and he's just like, I
don't know what he has against Thrall, but okay, whatever.
They're punchable.
Yeah, they are, especially if you're a Titan. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a Titan though.
I know. I was just saying the Titans especially like to punch him. Anyway, I digress. Thank you, gentlemen, for answering that question for me. I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, am I just naive enough to think that isn't the case? Or anyway, I was just curious why we grind so much for these rolls that everyone talks about, these RNG rolls, that they're waiting for that God roll, right? I never see Astrocross going, okay, I got this God roll. Let's take it into a GM. I never hear him say that. I always see him taking it to Crucible to try it out.
Well, it's because he already has a God roll for that GM.
Of course.
And he doesn't have to do anything else.
And he probably has 5 guys getting it for him too. So I get it. So, oh shit, shots fired. Anyway.
Oh, damn.
He's got a big community, man. He does. All right. I'll put that to rest. Let's move on. We got a ton of questions from our community. So, let's get to it. Right back. Hey Guardians, would you like to send a question for the show to us? There's 4 ways to do it.
Join our Discord server. There's a link in our show notes. We have all kinds of Guardians here, from new lights to the dedicated hardcore gamers, and you can just lurk and hang out or jump right in and talk with us. It's up to you. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question at Guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/GuardianDowncast, and we'll play it live on the show.
Thank you for all you do for our show. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey man, it's in the contract. That's my line.
We'll see about that. Laz?
Oh no, not Laz again. Our podcast attorney, really? You're going there?
Damn right, man. I pay him just as much as you do. That does sound weird, though. We're both paying him.
Yeah, what the hell? He's double dipping, man. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of our show where we get our questions from, you guys. So we had a lot of questions for our guest tonight, Dr. Heyoka. So we'll start with that, and I have one here from Hades for Mr. Heyoka. Here we go.
Yo, what up? Hades here. Question for Heyoka. Hopefully your sanity's made it this far. Hopefully. Nice, easy-ish maybe question. Why is Hunter the most fun class? May not be the best for DPS or survivability or all of that, but it is the most fun class and you know it. Why? Love the show. Do you know what? Everyone can start. Love the show. Love you all. Bye.
Thanks, Hades. What do you think, Heyoka?
Oh man, he's such a great fella. The way the hunter moves is a lot of fun. And I'm a warlock main, so I like to stand around.
There we go.
Drop rifts and do stuff from a standing position. And you're a squishy hunter. You've got to move bloody quick. So I have been playing a little bit of hunter. I mean, Hades and Panda been trying to get me to play a bit of hunter. And I've managed to work through the drip shaming that Hades has put my way about my hunter. But you know all about that, Hazel. So I think it's just got to be the movement. I mean, they're just posers, aren't they? They just move with style.
Oh, don't forget, they can go invisible when things get tight.
They can disappear but they're super squishy. So they need these things. But it is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Equally a lot of fun with Titan as well at the minute, but I won't tell him that.
Okay, I'll edit that out. Don't worry about it.
Edit that bit out. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love to hear Gator shame the hunters because they can go invisible instead of peeing yourself and standing in a puddle.
Don't touch my puddle, man. Stay out of my puddle. In fact, next time I throw a pee puddle, don't get near it. You just go try to survive with your invisibility. Yeah, Mr. Hunter.
Oh dear.
Okay. What do we got in the Discord, Hazel? We'll alternate here a little bit.
Okay. So, Mr. Monkey has a question here. Question for the Heyoka. Favorite Depeche Mode song?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Please say
man,
the right
him.
answer. I'm on bated breath.
I've got to send a lot of love the way Mr. Monkey has been an absolute anchor to me since I joined this community. He's really taken me under his wing and, introduced me to a lot of great people. So I really need to shout out to him. He's on, an absolute gem of a man. For me, I'm going to go with Policy of Truth, really loud.
Yes! My favorite as well, sir.
I can't believe it's 33 years old already. But it has to be played loud.
Yes.
It gets my goosebumps up every single time.
Dude,
I mean,
Violator,
I could have chosen
best album ever.
quite a few. But Violator as an album, I could have gone with Enjoy the Silence. I could have gone with so many things there. But Policy of Truth, but loud.
Dude.
33 years old. That's older than Hades. Damn.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me of the dates, but Policy of Truth that's my anthem song for Depeche Mode.
Is it?
It just has everything in that song. It just gets you going. You pump that up in the morning, you'll be ready to work.
Absolutely. And the lyrics, but It's got a drive to it. And it was a really new sound for them as well.
What do you think, Hazel? What's your favorite Depeche Mode song?
Well, I listen to Depeche Mode whenever I need to go to sleep.
Whatever.
So.
All right, favorite Missio
Enjoy
song.
the Silence.
Never mind.
Oh, yeah. I listen to that whenever I, get kicked in the junk. So.
All right. Fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mr. Monkey, he has a question for you here too, Heyoka. Let's go ahead and play it while we're talking about him here.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, bless him.
Hey, firstly, I wanted to say to Heyoka, thank you very much for your friendship, mate. It really means a lot to me, and much love. So my question for you is this. It's the much requested European GDC meetup. It's 4 a.m. You're in a karaoke bar in London. You're leafing through the book to choose a song to sing to a very drunk Hazel. Todd was supposed to come, but he got stopped by customs for having a suitcase full of feet picks and herbal cigarettes. Scum Deaths disappeared to the toilets 4 hours ago to record a corner. No one's seen him since. Hades is moaning to anyone who'll listen about a bloke he sold a TV to while Parlous reaches for the prod. And basically, my question for you is this. What song are you singing, Hazel, to cheer him up? Or the TLDL version? What's your favourite karaoke song? Thanks a lot. Hope you're having a good one. See you soon, mate. Take care. Bye.
I got held up at customs, really?
For feet picks.
Oh, what a great question.
I love how you said cigarettes, because I don't even
that's
smoke.
fantastic.
Anyway.
Oh, man, that's such a great question. I'm not a big one for karaoke. I'm a 17-year-old boy. So when I pick him up from any parties or anything, he takes complete charge of the music. And it would have to be If I Can Dream by Elvis Presley.
Ooh.
No.
Really loud.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it would be.
That's not the answer.
Yeah.
That would cheer me up.
Yeah.
That would cheer me up. I'll say that.
No.
Cool.
Passionate song.
All right, Hazel. What else is in the Discord?
What would you go for?
Oh, no.
He would like that. Yeah, Hazel would like that song. Hazel's got an old soul too, man. Don't let him fool you.
No. Is that what you were asking? Or were you asking, like, what songs would we do?
Okay. Well, I wonder if there was time for you guys to answer that.
Oh, what song would I sing?
No, we don't have time for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Moving on.
Next question.
Wow. Dodged a bullet there. Whew.
Yeah, he got out of that one.
Yeah.
I can't sing, so that's an easy one.
Yeah, he's going to do Phil Collins. He can't dance.
I can't dance. I can't sing. There we go.
Oh, God. Chills.
You just brought back a memory, man.
Laz.
No. We're good.
We got to get Laz on deck because somebody just listened to that and wrecked.
No, we're good.
No, that was under 15 seconds.
Because
you just made dogs bark.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It just came to my mind. I was going to college when that song was on.
Setting dogs off.
Mm-hmm.
I think my dogs heard you singing.
I apologize.
Amazing.
Oh, God. I'll probably clean that up, so don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Keep it in.
You got a pack of them, man.
No, he's so great, Mr. Monkey.
Is that your front door? Oh.
Do you need to go check on the dog?
I don't know what's going on.
Man, you need to go check on him?
No, I've just let him out.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll probably need to mute while, then when you answer, you can unmute. All right, Hazel, what else we got in the Discord, man?
All right. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay, well, you asked Hades, so I'll just go ahead and hit up Hades here, and then I'll head backwards here.
Okay.
So, question for Heyoka. You get to make an exotic weapon from Amaru. What weapon type is it, and what's the perk?
Lord. Great question. So, I like a bow, so probably an English longbow, so we get a greater range. Maybe a perk, something like zombie or resurrect or Diablo. Let's say you get 4 headshots and then the bodies resurrect and attack the other ads and the bosses.
Oh, I remember that. What was that?
That'd be great.
Take my money.
Yeah. That was in Destiny
Or
1,
maybe you could do.
What's this? I remember that.
I don't remember actually.
I remember that.
It was
an
artifact.
It was an artifact in Rise of Iron.
Yeah. Yeah, you could punch someone and they would fight on your side.
That's so cool. We need to bring that back.
Yes. Or maybe you could do like an inverse Cupid where you enemy and then you fire it at another one. Each other.
There you go.
I
like that. That's smart.
Or maybe you could do that with mischievous people in your fire team. Better watch out for that one.
Okay.
Actually, talking of Hades with a bow, we could have a bow of sarcasm. We could call it the Judgment of Hades, and it could comment every time you shoot. Oh, great shot! Or oh, you're so good! Or did you mean to miss that?
He says that in my chat all the time. Oh wow, great shot, Gator.
Yeah, the Judgment of Hades.
I like it.
I love it. I love it.
Or a whip. I think a whip. I mean, we've seen a bit in the strand with the hunters in the super, but a whip with an exploding tip would be great, wouldn't it?
That would be fun.
Easy. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited, average. But a whip would be great.
Hey, you never know, man. The Bungie interns listen to our show, so they might pass it on. Yeah,
that's funny.
So we might see the bow of sarcasm and the Judgment of. That would be great.
I like it.
Good question.
I like it.
Nice.
All
right. Yeah. A question from Spooky Daddy. Question for Heyoka, the Guardian of Legend. If you were a ghost in Destiny 2 and had the opportunity to choose who your guardian was, who would it be and why? Also, what kind of guardian do you think they would be? Titan, Hunter, or Warlock? It can be anyone dead or alive. Also, would like to hear Gator and Hazel's thoughts.
Oh, Lord.
So, my initial thoughts were, I'm a big Tom Hardy fan, as you know. Tom Hardy's a Titan. Would have Nureyev as a Warlock or even Hades. But it would have to be Uncle Scumdeath. That man needs as much help as he can get at me.
Oh, hell yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Just come on, you got this. Come on. So I'd probably go Uncle Scumdeath, and I don't know what his main was, and what did he play? He hasn't played for a while. So I think I would want to send a lot of love to Uncle Scumdeath and be his ghost and give him words of encouragement. What about you guys?
Oh man, I want Lance Reddick back. That's what I pick. What a voice to listen to, you know?
Yeah.
I'm very motivated.
Well, you'd be his ghost.
Oh, I'd be his ghost. He would be, of course, a Titan, even though he plays Warlock, what he did in real life. Yeah. I'd be Lance Reddick's ghost. There we go. I like that.
Nice.
He can tell me to shut the hell up. I'm going to go kill it anyway. Or something like that.
I'd be Gator's ghost.
Oh, fuck me.
God. Yes.
Then I quit playing Destiny. Because every time I play Destiny, I hear Hazel's. I go, what? I can only do this once a week, man. I can't do it every day. Can't do it, man. I'm just kidding. I love you.
I'd be like, wow.
That'd be
great shot.
Be like, dude, what are you
sidearm?
Yeah, see?
He'd be like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, he'd be using the. Yeah.
Like, this should be fun.
Pulse rifle of sarcasm as well.
Oh, it'd be super sarcastic. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Who would, okay, never mind. You answered. All right. Okay. I got another one here from Dimwee. He has a question for, Heyoka. Here we go.
Good day, gents. This is Dewey, and I have a question for our British Emperor. Quite simple. We have heard of Gator's incredibly concerning bagel takes, and we have also heard the heresy that is Hazel's eating habits of a burger. Now, I myself am quite conflicted between which one of those two is worse, so I would prefer to ask the person that comes from the perfect country for food. So my question is, which one of those two eating habits is worse? Alright, that's pretty much it. Love you, boys.
Wow,
bye.
Wow.
Way to create chaos.
Oh, dear,
I'm sorry, I don't
Way
listen
to
to
ask the
these.
psychoanalyst.
I don't listen to these before I post them.
No, I mean Dimwee. I mean, way to create chaos, Dimwee.
Yeah, thanks, Dimwee.
Yeah. And particularly when you got a psychoanalyst on.
All right, what's the bagel with the piece of cream cheese on? What's that telling you, Heyoka? What's wrong in my life?
Look, one of the things we learned very early on, we don't practice these things outside of work, but I would on the spot here. I think there's probably a lot more going on with the deconstruction.
There we go.
Of a burger than there is in dipping your bagel in some weird shit.
Hazel, just lay down on the couch, man. We're just going to go through it right now. Let's just go through it.
I'm going to leave it right there.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just an anarchist. Right so that's the deconstruction piece.
He's an antagonist.
No, anarchist.
I heard you.
There's a difference.
I heard you.
That's a good
question, Dimmy. Good question.
Yeah, we'll leave it at
that. Hey, he said pointed words towards you too.
He did?
So
I didn't hear that.
No, he didn't. Not at all. Moving on.
Yep.
Technical has a question.
Yep.
So, question for the British Caesar Milan. You get to design the next new weapon type to be released in the final shape. What are you putting in the game? I want to see an orbital systems weapon, kind of like the Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War. That was my answer too.
Crikey.
I mean, you did say a whip before, so.
I think a whip or a slingshot that sort of needles enemies or creates explosions, different to a grapple. But yeah, that would be fantastic, a whip. But I want to go old school. I used to love a game called R-Type. I don't know whether any of you remember R-Type.
Oh yeah.
Which was a,
it was like 1984
side scrolling.
Yeah.
And you built up these weapons, they attached to you as you went. They had something called the Force, which was a bit like an Arc Soul, you could shoot out in front of you and then it slowly returned. So that would be, if your Arc buddies could be sent off, to roam free a little bit and then slowly return to you. But I was also wondering about, something about being able to go slow-mo, maybe an extreme of class. So like could become a necromancer, resurrecting the dead, or conjuring spikes from the ground, or hunters could become Neo from the Matrix and play with time, slow time down.
Bullet time, hell yeah.
Or Titans could take on an additional exo Titan. Something where there's these moments where you have the extremes of the class, because I don't think warlocks are warlock enough. with their space magic. They only dapple a little bit. So
and our pea puddles.
Pea puddles. Maybe not like an would be good, or in between a super and class ability. But I think being a big Arc fan at the moment, that the force from R-type would be great to project it out and then it slowly returns to you. So send a Arc or a whip.
I like it.
A lot of 80s games did that, where the weapons would rotate around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they built up and they built up.
Yeah. Damn, nice. We have another one, Hazel?
Oh yeah, we got a couple more here.
Okay.
So, Panda has a question here. He has 3 of them. I'm going to go ahead and ask all 3 here.
Okay.
Question for the homie.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite piece of in-game content?
And 3 dungeons. I mean, Ron is pretty. As an environment, it's really nice. Goes to the deep, game change, getting underwater, moving differently. Had its drawbacks, but was also fun. At the moment, it'd be Grasp, but just because I'm getting to know it a lot better. But I think once I've run a Garden of Salvation, I'll probably have a different opinion, because everyone says how nice an experience it is, as with music and everything else. So that's next on my list.
Nice.
So that's what I'd say. But he's been, Panda was the second person I ever spoke to on a fire team. The first was Bungie after 9 years, and he was the first person that I ever spoke to, had any conversation with about Destiny, and that was a very special moment for me. And then him and Panda took me through Grasp, and then we went up Spire. So, yeah, I'd say that.
That's awesome.
Cool. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man, he's great.
All right. Panda's second question here is, can you outrun the barrel on Grasp? And that's for Hey Boy.
Cheeky bugger. Yes, I can. I can outrun the barrel at Grasp, and I've learned some valuable lessons not to trust everybody in the process. And having recently run Grasp, Panda, and Hades, you can imagine how much fun that was as doors were closed when I'm flying through the air back to land, thinking, oops, and I'm suddenly dead. So they had great fun, killing me in lots of different ways, but every day's a school day, and revenge is sweet.
That is absolutely the best. I love doing that to Gator, too, when I took him through there. So many deaths.
Oh, I look forward to paying it forward.
Right.
All right. His third and final question here is a question for the Hadouken. One class has to go. Which one? Yes, I'll be offended like last time I asked this.
I mean,
I think I know what your answer is going to be.
But only a hunter is going to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so needy of attention.
They are needy.
Titans and Warlocks would be more efficient without hunters, as we spend so much time holding their hair for them. I swear I heard a hunter being attacked by Thrall, going, "Not the face, not the face."
Did you say holding his hair? Oh my god!
Yeah, great. Come on, posy gets.
Love that visual.
They're great. Hold my hair. I'm going in.
Oh my god!
I got a lot of love for hunters, but quite frankly, I don't know how they manage with out. I think Titans would manage better. Would manage without any of their support staff, really. So it would be the squishy ones, but we would miss them a great deal. But he's already pre-offended, so he knows. Sorry, guys.
Wow, I feel insulted in my core.
Hey, Warlocks for life. That's the true character. The only class that counts.
I don't know if I can go on with this type of hate.
All the shit I take, really? One little hit, you're going to be out? No, come on. Let's go. We got this.
Hold my hair.
So many title options. So many title options.
Take a photo.
Oh my god!
Make sure you get a photo when I'm doing it as well. Get it recorded. Are you recording this?
I love it.
I think you're more hunter than you think. You know all of our phrases.
Oh, I am definitely more hunter than I think. I am definitely more hunter than this time next year. For sure. Yeah. I just need to get some decent exotics.
Yep. And then he'll be like, we can just bin the warlocks. It's fine.
Yeah. Ask me again in the...
Done. All right.
Okay.
Technical has a question here. He says, question for, hey, how you doing? Drunk raid, what are you drinking?
Old fashions all day.
Nice.
Old fashions, a lot of ice, all day. Yep. No question about that one.
Okay. Mr. Monkey has a follow-up here. Question for, sorry you can't get through. Who else is there and what are they drinking?
Oh. Well, tea. That is
Nailed
teacup, which is just cheap red wine. Cheap red wine because he's not 50 yet, so it's whatever he can get is cheap. Hades will be there on the bourbon. A coffee from Tim Hortons. Panda's on a single malt. Gator's on a Hennessy. Averages on the rum and coke. That's about it, I suppose. That's a good crew.
Nice. And Technical has another follow-up as well. Question for Heyoka. Who is on standby to replace the incapacitated?
Oh, him every day. Oh man, I'd love to run some stuff right now. I'm a bit of a fanboy after watching that raid race.
Yeah,
right?
You know, it reminded me. So back then when I said he was watching a ballet dancer, obviously that had a different connotation for me than people knew because, that man, the way he moves is just awe-inspiring, really. I'd love to be able to get some time to run with him and some of the others, some of the Space Mafia and stuff. I just don't get them. So, it would be you, Nick. Every day.
Aww.
I got a question from Scumdeath here. Actually, I have two, but we'll play the first one here and then we'll jump back into Discord. Here we go.
Hello, Scumdeath here. Hey, Heyoka. Is there any decent metal music venues in your area that maybe Warcraft can come up and give you a visit and give you a gig? Maybe. Give us a shout. Let me know. Yo, love you. Bye.
Well, we mentioned at the top of the hour that the show that we didn't want to give your location away, but is there anything generally? Wembley? There we go. Done.
Wembley, yeah. I'll tell you what, Scumdeath, next time you're coming to Bristol, let me know, mate, and I will definitely go. Or Crab.
Nice.
Definitely. That's really close to me. We'll definitely come down. I'll be the one wearing the Destiny t-shirt or the Guardian Downcast t-shirt.
There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, man.
All right. What else we got in the Discord, Hazel?
Okay.
The clock
we've got four more here.
Okay.
So, Danger Powers. Question for Lord of Cotswold. Yeah. How's your finger?
Lord of Cotswolds, lovely. Cheeky bugger. It's much better, thank you. I'm actually holding it up for you right now, mate. Can you?
Is that the same finger Hazel's always holding up behind the camera?
Yeah. It's a little bit shorter and it's half a nail. Yeah, I mean, I sliced right through my nail making lunches the other day with some kids and cut right through.
Oh, that was...
It is much better, thank you.
That was the cut digits day in the lounge. Yes.
It was Heyoka of the 9.5 or 9.75 fingers. Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, he's a great dad.
Heyoka's trying to get 11 fingers all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, he's off. He's coming out to the Cotswolds. That'd be great if we get the chance to meet up.
Nice. Well, since we have 3 left, I'll go with another one from...
he has a follow-up.
Oh, okay,
here.
go ahead.
Yep, sorry.
I
I don't really want to do this. Question 4. Gotta sing it, Hazel. Hey, oh. Day-o. There we go.
That's so much a soundbite.
Shut up. Daylight come and me want to go home. Beans or no beans with a full English breakfast?
Oh, come on. You see, I think Danger Powers is so he knows the answers for that one. You've got to have beans because they go with the fried slice. And if you don't know what a fried slice is, it's white bread, deep fried, which you need the beans to cut through the grease. Absolutely.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I come to the UK, I got to try that.
Yeah, we'll make you some.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I guess the follow-up one for us from Scumdeath here.
Hello, Scumdeath here. Question for Heyoka. Dude, what is the best thing about the UK? What's the thing that you enjoy? Fucking eat. Start again. Hello, Scumdeath here. Question for Heyoka. What's the best thing about the UK? Okay, do it again. Hello, Scumdeath here. Question for Heyoka. What's the best thing about the British Isles that you fucking... Yeah. Hello, Scumdeath here.
Fishing?
Question for Heyoka. Why do you love living in the UK? Love you, Joey.
Uncle Scumdeath, I'm not editing any of that out.
No, you should not.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, dear. Oh, it's got to be the stodgy food. It's got to be fish and chips. I mean, it's just fishy chips, mushy peas, just to get through the cold weather and to give us something to moan about. God, we love to moan over here. So I'm going with fish and chips with mushy peas.
Nice.
Yo, Scumdeath.
Fish and chips are very good.
Love it. I love it.
They're much thicker, too, by the way, in the UK than the US.
Oh, yeah.
Super thick. Oh, I think it's cod or whitefish, some kind of whitefish. Oh.
Yep, cod or haddock. Mm.
All right, Hazel, what else we got for Hazel?
All right, we have 3 questions left here.
Okay.
It's one of them is from Coderson. Question for the show. Heyo. If Bungie said they were deleting every weapon you own on your character or in your vault, but you could save one, what weapon are you saving and why? Gator and Hazel answer also.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to give it one or the other, and then I'll make my Suros regime auto rifle from Destiny days. I killed more things with that than I should have.
It's strong in the Crucible right now, by the way, if you want to try it.
It's strong, is it? Okay. My Wish Ender bow. God, I earned that bastard. I had to work hard to get that one. Suros Wish. I'm going to go with, and that is my final answer.
You cut out. Say it again.
Because
you cut out.
I'm going to go with my Wish Ender because I had to work. Oh, my final answer is my Wish Ender.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Because I had to earn that one a lot.
I
had to work hard for that one.
That was a pain to get. Yeah. Hazel, what do you?
What about you guys?
Well, no, I asked the question.
Oh, okay,
you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of my sunset weapons because that just brings back so many good memories of Destiny.
This guy.
That would be my inaugural address. I think it's a 390. Yeah, it's an adaptive frame 390 pulse rifle Void from the Leviathan raid. Good times with that rifle, man. Please bring it back, Bungie.
Wow.
That answers. Yeah. Hazel, what do you got?
Yeah.
I switched characters just so I could see like what else I have, and I've got so many good weapons that I have good memories with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Only one.
Only one.
Can be only one.
If I could bring only one, I think it'd have to be my forbearance, unrelenting chain reaction.
Okay.
Mass ad clear.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Nice.
God, not crafted. Because I don't live that life.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Oh, it's Hammer time. Hammer sent me the meme.
Yep, he sent me one too.
I'll share it in the show. It's pretty, yeah. I'll just copy that. Let's see. Copy image.
I'd love to get to play with him.
Oh, I met him in real life, dude. Give me a big bear hug.
He seems
He's an awesome dude, man. He's the most genuine dude I've ever met. I swear.
Man,
Here you go, guys. Enjoy.
I completely agree. I think he's just a great.
We call it Hammer time. That's when Hammer sends us a really not safe for work meme. Yeah. I had to laugh at that.
That's everything I hope. That's everything I hope that Hammer time would be.
I'm sorry.
I've not even got to play with that guy, but
he's
scarred.
I think
I'm
he's fantastic.
Sorry, I know listeners, you're
just
cussing
great.
at us right now, but that's one of the joys of Hammer time.
Yeah.
Give it a guess, you'll be able to see it. Wow. That's cool.
Sometimes.
We have one here.
Unless it's something crazy.
I know you have another question. We have a speak pipe. It's not labeled. I don't know. I'm just going to play it and see what it is.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, shit.
Space Lawyer Laz, the official lawyer of the Destiny communities. Other communities may not have hired me, but it doesn't matter. I represent them all. Anyways, I'm calling you from my mobile office. It's currently raining here. Very, very deplorable. Very deplorable. Your slogan contest. So there's been some concerns about you trying to quash people's slogan concepts, and maybe it's because the slogan that's been submitted is mean-spirited, but freedom of speech is a big deal in these communities, and I feel like to quash on people's freedom of speech, which is Space Amendment, pick a number, it's one of them. You can't just quash people's freedom of speech. You can accept the slogan and then ultimately just turn it down. But I don't think you can gatekeep the slogans there. I'm sure you've got some other juicy ones there that when you look them back over, you'll go, oh, wow, yeah, that's not a good idea. We should really avoid that one. Don't worry, that's not my impression of you guys. I have other ones that I do in private when I'm not speaking directly to you guys. Anyways, I'm flying off the seat of my pants here. So I need to head inside to do some additional work that can't be done from a mobile office here. I've only had one cup of coffee, which is why you're getting the pleasant version of me. If I had my second cup, it'd be toxic. Toxic as hell. Third cup means it's time for a nap. I realize that works in the opposite way of the science of caffeine. Don't question it. It's space magic. You should know by now. So, good luck with your slogan contest, and I look forward to the financial reviews that you'll be submitting to me, because you do not have an auditor. That's also me. And hopefully you guys have finished in the black this year and not in the red. All right. Have a good day.
Oh, shit. That's due, isn't it? Crap. Another thing to worry about. Yeah. Thanks, Laz, for not labeling that, so I didn't know what it was.
I give up hope.
I don't know what to say. I mean, we had some interesting entries this week for our slogan contest. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right. So
now,
we'll work on.
I do want to call out here that I did not squash anybody's ideas.
Yeah,
that was all somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know who did that. I'll get to the bottom of this, Laz. I will.
Yeah. All right. Two last questions here. So, one from Smiter. Question for Heyoka. Let's pretend episodes are not a thing, and you get to choose where and how the story goes after defeating the witness. What direction would it go? Keep being you, my man. Love you.
Oh, Smiley, such a genuine. Let me think. I mean, I'd like to see new planets, new enemies, more puzzles, mysteries, space travel. I'd love for us to be able to use our spaceships. I mean, they're only cosmetic at the moment, and I know the original design of the game had us flying with. But wouldn't it be great to have a raid that involves battles in space for at least one phase? You know, it'd be awesome. Solid episodes. Let's get airborne. Get out in our spaceships. That would be really good.
That's true.
That's just my thoughts. We're too grinded, too in our piss puddles. Let's get out there.
There we go. I like
Flip it. There we go.
Thanks, Smiler Smiter.
I gotta admit, man, Starfleet, the space battles are a lot of fun. That'd be cool.
Yeah, what about the Destiny space battle?
Heard.
What's that?
What about the
between
Destiny
dawns.
space battle?
Yeah.
Yeah, Destiny space battles would be better.
That would be good. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they're
Let's do it.
fixing our sparrows, so
Make
hey, you never
space-
know.
Yeah.
Well, let's make spaceships, the ships a bit more interesting.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yep. All right. Last question here for Mr. Heyoka. Question for He Who Shall Not Be Named. If you had to choose a superpower for Gator and Hazel, what would it be? Second question, what would be their mildly inconvenient weakness for those powers?
Oh dear. So,
Great.
yeah, Gator. The power called something like Optimist Prime. And
Okay. I like that.
Amazing.
you'd be able to secretly to Bungie's networks and their hive mind to learn their plans so that you could predict the future correctly and stop losing bets.
Was that my weakness? Okay.
No, not yet. I'll get onto that.
Oh.
Hazel, you'd be able to turn people mute by uttering the phrase "mother, please" under your breath. You could also erase what people have said by rewinding 5 minutes at a time.
Amazing.
And the mildly inconvenient weakness. Well, Gator, you're going to get caught. And you're going to have your accounts deleted for espionage.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate.
No.
I'm sorry.
And
all my accounts?
Yeah, espionage is a big deal.
Oh, damn.
And Hazel somehow manages to, when listening back to the show and disliking something he said himself, "Motherfucker, please," and erases it all and mutes him.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
It's
dear.
so funny. It's
yeah.
No, he likes sucky noses. Oh, man. Awesome questions,
question.
community. Wow.
Yes.
Great questions. I took thought, too. Those are some thoughtful questions. Thank you, everybody.
That's awesome.
One more question before we head out. And this is from one of our newer members, Unbound Flames. We'll head out with this one, and then we'll move on. Here we go.
Hey there, guys. It's Unbound Flames here. Love the show. I was watching Gator the other night on, Saturday. It was pretty good. Watched a bunch of Momentum Control. But anyways, question for the show. So, with Halloween slowly approaching the corner, well, it's kind of a twofer question. So, with Halloween approaching the corner, when I was a kid, I used to get some of the neighbors who used to give out snack cakes rather than actual candy. And that's how I kind of fell in love with Twinkies. So question one, what was one of the most bizarre things you've ever gotten, either as a kid or your kids growing up, you got from a house as your trick or treat. And then I've had a debate for the past couple of weeks here with a couple employees I have about setting up Christmas trees and Christmas decorations early. Immediately starting November 1st, I put mine up. I got 16 trees I need to put up.
Wow.
So when do you think is appropriate time? It seems to be a big topic over at my work. But anyways, love the show. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll see you around. I'll try to hop in when I can. Thanks. Enjoy your good day.
Thanks, Unbound Flames. What do you think, Heyoka?
Thanks, man.
Two-parter.
I mean, I've not had anything particularly surprising other than I think fruit was always
Fruit. Yeah.
doesn't believe in giving out sweets for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you just look at them and say, "What is that?" The thing is, people don't do tricks enough. When we were younger, we used to throw water balloons at people's houses and all that things, but you just can't do any tricks anymore. So it's always treats.
Because everybody's got a camera.
Christmas
has a camera now.
Yeah, everyone's got a camera, absolutely. And you've got 6 parents watching over you anyway.
Yeah.
Helicoptering around.
Yep.
So I'm very strict with Christmas tree. It cannot until December the 7th because my birthday is December the 6th. And I don't want to think about Christmas before my birthday because it gets absorbed. And I've got a big birthday coming up this December.
Ooh. Okay.
I know.
Oh, I think I know that number.
You know that number. Yeah. So
he knew it as he passed it.
See how it goes. You've been there and I'm just going to test it out.
Asshole. Excuse me. My allergies are getting really bad.
So, yeah, I'm very strict. No Christmas decorations.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, Hazel, weirdest thing, and when do you put Christmas up?
Yeah. So weirdest thing I got was a toothbrush. Yeah. That's what they handed out.
A new one?
I don't know. I threw it.
I don't know. I didn't try.
It was still in the package, so I assume it was new. I hope, but that'd be a nasty trick, though.
Wow, that's passive aggressive.
Yeah. So that was the weirdest thing, the most cringeworthy, definitely. And then when do we put it up? We start basically the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, weirdest thing. I was going to say toothbrush too because I've gotten one of those too, but
no.
I got an orange one time, and I actually told the person, I said, I don't like oranges. And they're like, trick or treat, take care. So that got thrown. I actually threw it in his yard, I think, if I remember correctly. I also got pennies.
Toothbrushes?
I got pennies one time. Someone was giving pennies out. I'm like, well, I guess I can go buy my own candy, but Christmas time, it's the day after Thanksgiving for us. The 20 whatever, the Friday after Thanksgiving. My wife has an agenda. We have to go up in the attic and bring down all the Christmas stuff. I only have 2 trees. Unfound Flames, we need to talk, brother. Maybe I need to connect you with Mr. Heyoka here. How many trees again? Anyway. So yeah. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it. And thank you everybody for sending questions in this week. Man, blew us away. Great questions. And if we didn't get to your questions, I know we have some Destiny ones in there. That's why we have Hazel and Gator shows, so we can get caught up on those. So they're there. They're not going anywhere. So, thank you for putting those in. And, Mr. Fudd, it's your turn, sir.
Listen to the Guardian Downcast. Oh, it's a playlist. Yes. Oh, and I've heard they've won awards for it and such.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. Still loving that song, brother. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we pick our song for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's a little sample of what the two of us like to listen to in our spare time, and our guest here as well. So we invite you to listen to it as well. We see all those follows you guys are putting on our playlist in Spotify and Apple Music, so thank you for that. It is considered a time capsule of our podcast. It's the reason we don't have other playlists. We have one giant playlist. We now have, speaking of which, 1,133 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests ever since 2019 of July. So, all right, Heyoka, what do you want to add to our playlist this time, sir?
So, my son told me I needed to choose something cool and not pick piece of classical music or movie soundtrack that I'm often have on. So I'm going to go back to basics with an English band, often cited as the first hard rock band. And this is no reflection on the quality of the pod, but I'm going to go with Ramble On by Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
it's my In Orbit tune.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes.
We don't have enough Led Zeppelin.
Nice. It was that or Baba O'Reilly by The Who, but Ramble On is my,
I think I added Baba
is my In
O'Reilly
Orbit track.
I'm pretty sure it's in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. Dude. That's it.
I think I put California in there too. All right, cool deal, man. Hazel, what'd you pick for this week?
All right. So, on Sunday, quick story time with Hazel here.
Okay.
So on Sunday, my daughter was like, hey, you know, like we went out for, donuts. My daughter and I did. Mm-hmm. And we went to this place called Duck Donuts, and the cashier behind the counter was like, cause Addie was singing to, a Taylor Swift song that was on, and the cashier goes, oh, hey, are you going to go see that movie? And Addie's like, oh, I want to so bad. Well, my wife and I texted her and we talked about it, and we were like, okay, we'll go see the movie like that day. So we went and saw the Taylor Swift Eras movie, and I'll be honest, it was the weirdest thing. I haven't felt like this in forever.
Oh, you got to explain that.
Wow. Come on, what do you mean?
It was just like, it was just weird to see that many people there watching this.
Wow.
I mean, it was like a packed theater almost.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And it was really cool because like everybody was singing along and dancing and everything else. It was just like a really cool thing. I was like, we need more of this. Like, I mean, like, I don't know who else could do something like this, but we need more of this, I think.
Wow.
So in the process of saying all of that, I am adding one of her songs. It is Willow.
Okay. Okay. Cool deal. I remember seeing the David Bowie documentary at the theater, and it was half empty theater.
But that's the thing, though. This was a concert, though.
That's nuts,
so. I mean, who's a concert that you guys would sing to? Maybe Depeche Mode, I'm guessing.
No, probably.
Or would you
Tears
not? Or would you just sit there and watch it?
I'd probably get into it. What about you, Heyoka? Would you get into some? Of course you would dance.
Oh, I'll definitely get into it.
Of course you're a dancer. Shit.
If it was Oasis or someone like that, it'd be fantastic.
Oh, Oasis, yeah. Hell yeah, that worked too.
That would be a good one.
That would be a good one to watch. It's Noel Gallagher and the Flying Birds now, I think, right? The not so flying. Noel Gallagher.
Well, you've got High Flying Birds.
Yep.
Yeah, High Flying Birds, and you've also got Liam Gallagher doing his solo stuff as well.
Yeah.
He's on tour next year.
Nice. Well, speaking of which, I chose a Canadian rock band. They formed back in the 2000s. My favorite album from them is Fantasies, and I think Heyoka's going to know who I'm talking about here. Rolling Stone named them one of the top 50 Canadian artists of all time. That is a very, very high honor. I'm excited because they just released a brand new album called Formentera 2. And the song I chose is a very soulful song. You got to listen to this, Heyoka. It's really good. It's called Nothing is Perfect, and the band is Metric. Man, what a great album.
Oh, nice.
This is a great release. This is probably going to be on my playlist for a while. So, and before we go, we had one of our patrons want to pick a song for their song choice this month, and that would be Nico, aka Jersey. So here's what he had to say.
Nico.
Hey guys, Nico here. I just got done taping my hot take, and I realized that I kept mentioning putting in a song for the month for the Patreon, and it's been months and I've never done it. So, kind of going along with my hot take, I would like to add a song called Watch the World Burn by Falling in Reverse. It is pretty dope, and I think that it's perfect for this month for my hot take. Alright guys, later.
Nice.
Thanks, Nico.
Awesome.
Well, there's your punk band.
Nico, man. Yeah,
Nice.
great man. Love that guy.
They're a punk band. Are they Falling Reverse?
Yeah,
I think they are.
I don't know. I'll have to check out that Metric one. Then I haven't heard them since
it just came out.
Their Fantasies album.
It came out in Fantasies is my favorite, but it just came out last month.
Oh,
so yeah, check it out. It's really good.
Okay, be checking that out later.
Excellent. Some announcements before we go here. We had someone mention about a slogan contest, and yes, we are putting on a slogan contest instead of question of the month. Since we're already three-fourths through the month now. We're having a slogan contest. We've been doing this for 4 years now, Hazel, and we don't have a slogan or a catchphrase or something that, if you were to explain our show to somebody, you can tell them this catchphrase or slogan and they would kind of get it. So we've had a lot of interesting entries in our slogan contest channel. So I encourage you to add more to them if you can think of some slogans. or catchphrases that kind of explain our show, enter them in that channel. And we're going to have a drawing first part of next month. And we got a really good prize. We're going to have $100 Amazon gift card and a really nice piece of merch. So, I'm not creative. I can't speak for Hazel, but I can't think of anything. So we're going to put it on you guys to come up with a slogan for our show. And if we like it, Hazel and I agree to it, we're going to pick a winner. All right. Want to mention, we have a couple new patrons this month, or this week, I should say. We have a new tip to our patron. That would be Stormcrow. Thank you, Stormcrow.
Oh, thank you.
We have another new Dungeon Champion patron. That would be KJWB392. So thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Quick shout out to all our Dungeon Champion patrons. That's Toll the Bell, Raffy, Mullet, Nitro TJ, Darth Noodle, Nico, aka Jersey, Smiter, Trash Panda, Coderson, Wicked Trinity, and now KJWB392. And thank you to our OG Raid Boss patrons. That's Jealous and Frostbite. Our Raid Boss patrons, TL Tim. Nice. Damn, I nailed it. I've been practicing. Lucky Shifts, Average Destiny 2 player, Amazing Taco King, Sith Daddy Fresh, and the White Gnome. Thank you all for giving back to our community. A quick thank you to all our patrons out there who hang out in our Discord patron lounge. You guys know who you are. We thank you for giving back to our show and community. And, if you are enjoying our podcast today and receiving some value for it, and you want to give back to our show, visit patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast, or to make it real easy, guardiandowncast.com, and hit the Patreon button, and it'll take you right to where you need to go. Hazel, any announcements on your end? I didn't ask you earlier.
No, not yet. I've been meaning to set up another scrim or something, and just life keeps happening.
I hear you.
So I will get out there and do that at some point. Okay. Be on the lookout for that in the Discord.
Excellent. Well, you mean you've been sick? I mean, you can take a week off, So that's the way it goes. All right, that's a wrap. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 221 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community, like Mr. Heyoka today. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about our podcast. And if you like what you hear, you might notice we don't do ads. We don't pay or promote any of our podcasts through the normal means out there. It's all organic growth, and it's all thanks to you guys. So if you know a friend out there that plays Destiny and need to hear a Destiny podcast, maybe something a little different than the norm, send them our way. Mr. Heyoka, I'm sorry, Dr. Heyoka, thank you, sir, for coming on tonight. Wow,
thank you.
What a great show.
It's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
This has been a great show.
Really appreciate the invite and the chance to talk with you guys. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. No, thank you.
You've been awesome.
Yeah, been a great show. Other than our Discord, or maybe throw your Discord name out there, or you want to give a shout out to somebody, where can people find you, sir?
Mm-hmm. You can find me absolutely nowhere. You'll see me online in Destiny. I'm not on any of the socials, and I don't stream or anything. So you'll find me in Discord or in Destiny. A couple of shout outs to, Average D2, Nikki, Proper Porridge, I think needs a good shout out because that guy saved my butt. I mean, it's the first time I ever put a shout out in the community. I was stuck on a Legend First Contact weekly mission to get my rank 8, and I was just struggling at the end trying to get that tormentor down, and it took me an hour to pluck up courage to say, can anybody help me? And this, Proper Porridge came in, he opened the door, he ran in, this rank 11 dropped in, melted everything in front of me, turned invisible, put me in the pod and just waved me on my way, and I was just like, oh my God, it's just like it's the angel. I mean, this is how powerful community can be, and I'm suddenly a rank 8, and I'm like, wow. And then when I actually raided with him, and this voice came in from the Black Country in the Midlands, and it was just like, oh wow, we even support the same football team. It was just amazing, and it's a real testament to what you guys have created here. Opportunities for people to have new experiences that you just can't have. So big respect to Proper Porridge, and he'll jump in and save a raid as well. And some of the new Brit boys as well, Zuby, Rolfie, Peapod. We're really trying to work on a GDC Europe contingency over here. And those are some of the new guys that are around at the moment. I've managed to run some stuff with.
I love it.
So, that's it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
dude. Every time
Thanks for the chance for that.
Absolutely. Every time I see people grouping up playing raids and stuff, it just such a moment of pride. I just love seeing that stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Hazel, where can people find you, sir?
Quick and easy. Hazel NT in all the places except for Twitch, where I never stream. I am the Hazel NT.
We're going to change that. Follow
Dude.
Hazel.
Stop.
Follow him, everybody. He's on Twitch. Look for it.
People have done it, and I'm like, the guilt is getting to me.
The Hazel NT. I'll repeat it again. The Hazel NT. Do it. All right.
Yeah, I did it this week. Do it.
See?
Good man. Good man.
The guilt is getting there. It's like,
I can't wait to finally get in one of your streams and root you on.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. I'm being serious. Yeah. You can find me, on Twitter. I'm sorry, X. It's, at Todd the Gator. It's 2 Ds, GATR. The same way you can find me on Steam, PS5, YouTube. I have another podcast called The Destiny Help Desk. I got an episode coming out very soon with Mr. Native Raider. I cannot wait. I'm still just finishing it up, the little tweaks on it. It takes a little bit more time to do this format, but I'm really enjoying it. So wait for that one. It's really a great episode. And, keep in mind that this show, Guardian Downcast, posts to that YouTube channel as well. It's Todd the Gator. If you like to hear clips of our show, little sound bites, 60-second sound bites, I do post, YouTube shorts as well. So look out for that. All right. Scumdeath swore that I had to play this Scumdeath corner before we leave today. So Uncle Scumdeath, what is going on in the UK today, brother?
Hello, and welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. I'm going to be a bit morose today because I've had some news. And the news is, I'll tell you what, if you can sit down at this moment when you're about to hear my news and take a seat, because I think you're going to need to be sat down when you hear this. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to take a seat and then contemplate what I'm about to say. We've had some news today, and the missus's daughter has got a place to live. They've got a flat. Fuck yes! Yeah! Yeah! Uncle Scumdeath is the most happiest bastard ever. Yes. They got accepted for a flat today. They can fuck off. They can take their fucking hairy dog. My place looks like the hot whomper off The Empire Strikes Back. There's white hair everywhere. Even in my underpants. And I don't know how the fuck the white hair has got into my underpants. But yes, they are going. So Wednesday, I'm recording this now on, what day is it? Friday. It's nearly 11 o'clock Friday night. You'll hear this on Monday. So in 2 days after you hear this, they'll be gone. They got no furniture or fuck all. I've got some like garden chairs that they can use as like a sofa in their living room. I don't care. They ain't got a TV or fuck all. I don't give a fuck. Just get out of my house. Yes, they're gone. Happy days. Oh, Uncle Scumdeath is partying tonight. Obviously, I don't usually party, but I am partying. So yes. I don't know what to say. That's brilliant. No, I'm really happy for them, but I'm happy for us. To be fair, me and the missus, for the last 3 months, we've been living in the kitchen and the bedroom, and, you know, you sit upstairs in the bedroom all night, sort of, we've got a TV up there, you're watching TV, and then it's like, right, turn the TV off and then go to bed. You've been up there all night. It's been hard on us, to be fair, and we got all the other sort of kids and that who live here. It's been fucking bedlam. 4 dogs and 7 people. And this house isn't big enough. It's not like American houses where they're fucking huge. So but yeah. Well, I've got 5 seconds left. Anyway, love you. I'll speak to you later. Love you.
I love that guy.
Hooray!
Uncle
Great
Scumdeath.
news.
Change the locks. Now. Oh, and I'm sorry. Wednesday afternoon, change the locks. Yeah. I know. I'm just kidding. Hey, everyone. Remember, as you're playing Lightfall, remember to take breaks. Get outside and touch some grass. Commando. There we go. Remember, we only get one playthrough in this life, folks, so make it count. And more importantly, be good to your fellow Guardians in the Destinyverse.
Defeat is not surrender, Guardian.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Yeah, toddled.
I think maybe we need to get Scumdeath back on his PlayStation, and if he's got a bit of space now, mate, that'd be great to have him back on.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great show.
Oh, was that all right?
That was fantastic.
These dogs out. Was that a good one? Was it? Well, there you go.
That was a great show. Yeah, you can let the dogs out now.
Was Gator singing?
Yeah,
is that why they're barking again?
No, I didn't say anything.
No, I think my kids have had to get themselves independently to where they need to get to this evening without needing me. So they're coming and going, and the dogs are quite excited.
You got late teenagers, like almost 20.
I've got an 18-year-old daughter who's just started uni. She's going to the local uni, so she's living with us.
Okay.
And I've got a son who's 17, who's he goes to a specialist sports college to study football. But he's just found the pub. I mean, he looks 19, so he is learning to have a relationship with alcohol that involves lots of singing afbuds. So
isn't that English right? I think it's English right, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm 6'4" with really, I'm built like a titan, but he's got longer arms than me and a better beard, bastard. So yeah, it'd be great. So they're great kids at a great age. I love this age because you can actually have conversations with them now. It's very different. And all those fears I had as a kid, like, oh my God, what's going to happen when they go out? Nobody tells you that things change slowly, don't they? So you don't actually notice them growing up. And
that's very true. Really?